All right, welcome. This is the Quantum League Championship 1v1 tournament. Today we're going to have three tiers, as per usual, the Premier tier, the Challenger tier, and the Novice tier. For this tournament, we are going to be covering for our first matchup is JP Devour versus Stafe. After that, we're going to jump over to match 5 for the semifinals. Darth versus Stafe first, whoever comes out of that matchup, and Decoups versus So Lucky. And then once we're done with that, we will hop over to the finals. After the finals premiere event, we will be jumping over to the Challenger tier finals, and I will show the bracket here. However, if you do want to catch any of the other matches in the Challenger tier, we will not be covering on this stream. However, Decoups will be covering it on his, so you can jump over there and watch some of those if you like as well. So,
All right, we have the first matchup pretty much ready to go. I believe they sent you an invite, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and open that, and we can get the first match of the tournament underway.
awesome. I'll be joining in just a moment.
Get in the
So,
lobby all set up.
exciting games today. Additionally, towards the end of the stream, we will also have 2 keys to give away again. So that will be 1 key we'll be giving away after the Premier Finals, and then we will be jumping over to the Challenger Finals. And after the Challenger Finals results, we will be giving away the last key. So stick around to the end if you want a chance at a free copy of Quantum League. And I should be in the lobby.
Cool. Are they on the right team colors?
Let's put JP on blue. That's how the
Okay,
overlay is.
let me let them know.
All right, we should be good to go.
All right, I think we're ready. Let me. Yep, he's just asking if we're ready to go. Ready when to get started.
So as far as seeding goes with this matchup, JP is seeded fourth seed for the Premier Tier, and Stafe is seeded fifth seed. So
Very
this should be
close.
a
They're
close
they're in
match.
the middle, as middle as they can be with an even number of players.
Hmm.
I believe Stafe, where he played in the 2v2 tournament, right?
He did.
I don't remember how far they made it though.
What was his partner? It was So Lucky. Stay
Are
Lucky.
you ready, folks?
That's right.
And we're starting off here. Both players are shooting down the yellow covers. Stafe takes out a barrel, as does JP. And I think both of them are also firing the health packs. They're playing identically here. Both joust for the point, but Stafe
They've
gets taken
gone
out by
for it.
JP. JP has very low health.
They seem pretty evenly matched there, even doing the same strategy, holding back, shooting cover, and then rushing to the center point right at the last few seconds. It just came down to some better accuracy from one of the players.
Stafe has to dodge this barrier. It does trip him up a little bit, but he's able to put some damage down on JP's too. He grabs his health pack, puts down damage on the one. However, JP kills Stafe's one, so he's not going to get that kill on point. And Stafe gets taken out by JP's two, leaving JP with 2 clones on point.
Yeah, that was a rough one for Stafe. He had 2 targets he had to take out as he was rushing forward. Seemed like he didn't know fully which one to focus on, and then the second clone just took him out.
Looks like Stafe is rushing a health pack here. JP is going to try and deny him that. But he does grab a health pack, and he is back in the game. He's going to target JP's 3 here. He does take him out, but is he going to have time to take out this one? He does. Stafe takes the first point.
That was interesting. He was able to, yeah, he was able to just barely kill the rest of them because they had so many med kits open. gave him time to just easily go to his closest one and then rush forward.
And he was able to dodge a barrel explosion at the very end there. If that had taken them out, Stafe out, that would have been quite unfortunate.
It looked like JP didn't think that he was going to be able to respawn. It seemed like he wasn't focusing at all on the return of Stafe's third clone responding.
I'm not sure. I think he might have heard the health pack. I'm not sure if maybe he was just concentrating on one of Stafe's other clones. Although
Yeah,
both
it
his
seemed
clones
like he
did
was
die.
over to the left side instead of focusing on the third one.
I think it's just a lost gunfight for JP. We'll see if he can take this next point here. JP is looking at his health pack right now, targeting the 2. He does put a lot of damage down on Stafe, trying to get around this cover. And he boost hops onto point, takes out the 1 as well. He now has point control.
Did Stafe pick up a med kit and then immediately get taken a lot of damage on it? Because I saw him
Yes.
run through it, and then he came out of the other side with like 20 health.
Yes,
I
JP was
thought maybe he
staring
missed
down
it,
that
but
health pack, waiting for Stafe to take it, and he was shooting him as he took it and afterwards as well. Stafe is not aware of where JP is. He's getting shot by him. Looks like Stafe is purely targeting JP's 2. He doesn't have time to get health, so JP is going to take him out. And he can't get the 1.
oh, just barely ran out of time. One more shot would have taken him out, but now we're being pushed into overtime.
He just didn't have enough time here. But JP is going to take out that 1, but Stafe takes the health pack and he gets taken out. JP gets taken out himself. He has 7 seconds here. Stafe is taking another health pack. JP, it looks like he's leaving the health packs for his future clones.
Yeah, there is a little bit of time to come back to the let's see, the orange side's left med kit. If one of the other players wants to try and rush for it, since it did take Stafe just a bit to go from one end to the other. But again, he's so far away, JP, to get to that med kit. It may not even be something he is going to try and focus on.
Yeah, I don't think he would have reached there. He's definitely going to get beaten on that relay. And Stafe here is playing cover. He is going to barrel strat, and he is shooting both clones on point now. Very interesting.
I'm curious if JP is going to be able to pick up what he did, since from just the first view of watching that, it seemed as if JP shot the barrel and it just was a kill and not something intentional. So we'll see if he'll shoot it early.
Let's see here. I haven't. The 3 gets taken out immediately, and there are no health packs up. JP is out of this game now. And Stafe, as long as he can kill these 2 clones, he has this point. And he does get the kill at the very end there. JP was playing a little bit aggressive, trying to take out that 3, but it did not work for him.
That's interesting. I've never seen someone actually jump on the barrel, crouch, and then use that as a like a higher cover in the middle there. A little risky if you afraid it's going to get shot from underneath you, but
Early in the
could be very
rounds,
helpful.
yeah, early in the rounds, you don't have a line of sight on that barrel, so it isn't a bad strat. Especially something probably unexpected from the opposing player.
Yeah, it's something I've never seen before, but I'm sure maybe with they've been when they play their games against each other, they may have been testing that out before. But to an unexperienced player, I would not be expecting someone's head to be right there.
So it's like or JP's 1 takes out Stafe's 1, and JP takes out JP's 1. Sorry, can't talk right now. Stafe gets killed by an explosion, and it looks like JP's 2 has died, leaving Stafe's 1 on point.
Yeah, Stave did a good move with his first clone that he ran through the med kit the first time when I don't believe he needed it, so it kept him alive, and obviously in this round kept well, at least 1 clone on the point at the end of it.
And Stafe is targeting his 3 here. He wants to get this barrel if he wants his 2 to live, but it does not look like he's concentrating on that. And he headshots JP twice in a row, taking him out. Stafe is going to sweep JP in this first match.
And just based off of the standings of each player, it definitely seems like it could have been very balanced the way it was, and we saw a sort of a back and forth, a couple of rounds just coming down to whoever gets the final loop. But I definitely wasn't expecting a sweep for this first game.
Definitely not. And unfortunately, this last round, JP knew that Stafe had respawned on his health pack. However, he was trying to get a look at him, and whenever he slowed on point, Stafe was just right there ready for it. And JP didn't have the time to take him out.
All right, so they're gonna get the second game set up. This is a best of 3. So Stafe just needs to win one more. Over.
And really, I think what it just came down to was JP just lost a couple of gunfights. If he had gotten a couple more hits on Stave's head or maybe body shots, he could have come out with a round or two.
Yeah, there's definitely a few times where the point control was lost just to a few, like less than 10 health from the opponent as they were fighting at each other. They were so balanced that it wasn't someone dominating the other and killing them without taking damage. They were very
Hmm.
close. One or two shots missed from either person would basically lose you that matchup.
And that's, I think, what we see a lot here in Premier Tier top level play, especially just one bullet can really change the tide of the game.
Yeah, especially with the pistol headshots, the
Yeah.
fire rate on them and the accuracy. If you just miss one of those shots, then you've lost the matchup in the middle.
So JP's putting down some spray fire on Stafe. He has not gotten hit yet. He ticks him down a little bit. Stafe is opting to play high here, and he gets taken out by JP.
And I'm noticing so far we've only seen SMGs for all of these rounds. I don't believe we've seen any other type of weapon, especially not the grenade launcher. I'm
Hmm.
curious if that's going to come out more or less in these 1v1 tournaments, since they, in the last one, we saw a lot of them, and now maybe they've decided that in a 1v1, an SMG is just a little more sustainable.
Now, I think we will end up seeing the grenade launcher, at least in some capacity here, but it's definitely not as viable in ones as it is in twos. In twos, you have a lot of cover, not really as much line of sight, whereas in this ones, you do have, it's a little bit less cover. Line of sight's a little bit easier to get, and if you do choose a grenade launcher, you don't really have any DPS, whereas in twos, you can just have your partner have the DPS.
Yeah, you have to be really confident with your pistol abilities if you're going to go with a grenade launcher.
Yes. Now, we see JP took out Stave's 3 here. He was waiting his health pack out, but Stave was able to take it without getting killed. However, he does die as he's jumping onto point. Unfortunately, he could not force an OT there. See, and Stape is playing up near the barrel. He was taken out by the barrel, which means he might be able to deny that kill. He takes a health pack. JP is putting down fire. JP pushes point a little early and takes out Stafe while he tries to jump on. And I don't think Stafe makes it.
Yeah, just based on the movement of where his ghost was, he was just off the point. So even if he is able to take out that one JP's one early on, he's not going to make it to the objective anyway.
JP's playing safe behind cover. That one does get taken out by the barrel again. And it looks like JP is just focusing on the one right now. However, he does switch to the two, gets a couple good shots in, takes him out on point, and he is leaving the one. Because it does not get on point, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no. If JP notices that, then he should know not to focus too much on the one. Just focus on the two and the three. And even if Stafe's one survives, it's not going to do any point control.
Fortunately, one that does not get on point is a one that really doesn't exist.
Especially since that one didn't do any kills, maybe a little bit of damage, but
Yeah, and JP does take out Staves 3 when he tries to hop from the upper balcony down onto point. So JP is going to take the second round. And we're looking at a possible sweep from JP if Stave can't take a round off from here.
this is a weird turn of events. We saw Stafe was pretty much dominating, or at least some sort of back and forth in between each loop. But this one, not only is JP coming around with the round wins, he's absolutely dominating the grounds, not even taking any kills I've noticed so far. Or if he does, he respawns right away.
Hmm. And I think I think it's just coming down to, from what I've seen, is the gunfights. JP's just barely winning the some gunfights, a marginal amount. He's winning those gunfights, and that's allowing him to take these rounds. So loop 2, JP is dodging Stave's shots. Both are at about half health. And JP loses this gunfight. Stave has very low health on point. He takes out JP's 1 to secure for round 2 for loop 2.
And there's a lot of time after Stafe picks up that med kit where he is vulnerable. If he just gets a few shots on him early on after he picks it up, then you won't even have to worry about him late into the game as they
And
rush
that
over.
is exactly what he does. But Stave gets behind him with a shotgun. JP is able to take the health pack, but he's very low. One shot will kill him. That is what happens. Stave jumps for point. He's not going to get on, and he can't kill
Hmm.
JP. JP is going to sweep Stave.
It's definitely an aggressive strategy, rushing all the way to the enemy's med kit, trying to take them out. He definitely got the speed going there, but he didn't have enough going back since it took a little bit too long to take out JP's third.
Yeah, he couldn't take out JP fast enough. He did a really good job surprising JP. JP had no idea he was behind him. He lost the health pack, unfortunately. If Stave had taken the health pack, he wouldn't have had a concentrate in JP's second life, and he would have taken point and taken one round.
Yeah, definitely some good movements there from JP, doing a lot of sort of column strats, moving back and forth around that cover to make it harder to get an easy kill. And even when he did get the kill, then Stave had to turn around. Even with a good B hop, he had no speed to get there.
Yeah, very close. Two games here. This is going to go into the third and final match. It's 1-1 for each of these competitors now.
It's kind of hard to guess where this is going to be going since they each sweeped, whatever
Sweet.
the
I think
past
so.
tense verb of that is. They both got all the rounds won in each of their games. So to see who's going to win in this final one is going to be pretty hard to tell.
hmm I'm just kind of curious if it'll be another sweep or if it'll come down to that last loop, 2-2 on rounds.
I'm hoping just for watching the game's sake that there'll be a little bit of a back and forth,
hmm
possibly a few more overtimes. I think we've only seen one so far in this entire matchup. But it's very possible
I
that JP has picked up some momentum here, figured out Stafe's game plans, and is going to do another sweep.
Yeah, I don't even think we've seen an overtime. Oh wait, no, we did see an
We
overtime. You
saw
are
one,
correct. Yeah,
yeah.
we did see one.
One in the first game just because someone had very low health on the
Yeah,
objective. He
JP
wasn't able
couldn't
to get
take
the
him.
final kill.
Here we
Just looking at the
go!
brackets, just an update. Looks like Darth versus Safe First. Darth has won that one. Is moving on to match 5. Seems very quick. I'm not sure if that was just a quick game or a forfeit, but just to keep you updated, Darth is going to be in the next one, which I believe we're going to be casting next.
A solid attack.
Awesome. It looks like Stafe is going to jump on point, take out JP's one, but JP ignores him because he knows he can steal a health pack. So Stafe's one is likely not going to survive in loop 3.
It's interesting. I'm always cautious when I watch the people do the very aggressive strats all the way to the enemy medkits and then going across. Seems to leave them very vulnerable. I'm not sure how much it actually gains them.
For that clone, for that loop 1 clone, not very much, but the clone is still alive here just because JP didn't take that pack. However, it does put JP on a timer. That's Stafe's goal, is just putting him on a timer, forcing him to take that health pack early so that way maybe he can put more pressure on him and get more damage on early in the loop.
That's true.
So JP is going to take this pack. Stafe is going to put some damage on him. He doesn't take the pack yet. He's being aggressive here. Takes out JP. He doesn't have time to get the health pack, but he doesn't need to. JP does recover, and he forces an
Oh,
overtime because Stafe had his health pack up.
It's not over
that
yet.
was I think
Wow.
just a little bit of cockiness from Stave, assuming that he wouldn't be able
Mm,
to get to that med kit
he
in
didn't have
time.
time.
But JP was so quick to be able to not only grab it, but know that all he had to do was take out the people on the objective, not even trying to move fast. And he does succeed pushing it into an overtime.
Yeah, now I wouldn't say that was cockiness on Stafe's part. He had when he turned for the health pack, he was at 3 seconds. If he had boost jump for the health pack and started boost jumping back, I don't think he would have made it. So I don't think he had
But
time to
I
grab the
believe he
health.
had another clone on the point though, so he could have secured that med kit,
That
making
is
sure there would
true.
be no possible way. So I think he just had make a quick decision and hoping that JP wouldn't have enough time, but I guess he guessed wrong.
Yeah, that is true. Perhaps he wasn't aware, just wasn't, in the moment, it's very hard to think about all of those things at once.
Yeah.
Now, we see here JP is going to take out Stafe. He has 2 clones on point, both are low. His 2 might actually not be on point there. It was very close. And we're going to loop
JP, I
3.
believe his third clone has full health since he didn't take any damage after getting that med kit, so it'll be a
And he,
pretty even matchup here.
yeah, and JP's 3 dodges all of the pre-fires. Stafe's 3 is pushing left,
Right between the
trying to get an angle on
eyes.
him. But both clones are playing cover. Stafe's on point. He's going to put down fire on JP's 3. JP's going to take him out, but he can't get the kill to push another OT, and he's not on points. So Stafe is going to take this first round.
Yeah, some smart plays by Stave, definitely staying back. Obviously, there's no med kit, so you can't be too risky with taking damage. Knowing that he has at least a couple clones getting on there, if he can slow their damage or at least get himself on the objective at the end, then he can come out with a win, which happened.
Unfortunate on JP's end. Really, he needed to be on point there, but if he wasn't, he needed to take out both clones, and unfortunately, he could not do either of those. So Stace 1 is going to grab JP's other health back, as we've seen in the past loop 1s. Stafe is using the same strategy. He does take out JP, so you get loop 1 point control.
It was interesting there, JP, it didn't, unless I missed it, it looked like he was just sticking to reloading the SMG instead of swapping to his pistol, which got him killed, but I'm not sure if that was to plan for further rounds, potential overtime, or if he just didn't think he could swap in time.
If I had to guess, probably planning for overtime because that 1 pushes so far forward and takes those health packs just to be on point, he knows he can take him out there. So I don't think he was concerned about the 1. But it's hard to get in these players' heads sometimes. And we're on loop 3 here. Stave takes a lot of fire, but he does take out JP because JP has to reload. JP grabs a health pack. Stave still has a health pack to take, and he does take it. Stave's on point, and Stave is not going to take out JP's 3. I think he might have run out of ammo.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the midst of switching to his pistol when he got taken out there.
And we're at a 1-1 on rounds here for this final game. JP does a really good job of headshotting Stafe to take him out. Stafe's going to grab JP's health pack. It looks like he is just ignoring that clone. Oh, he is going to fire it and take it out. So unfortunately, the only use that clone has of Stafe is the slight pressure it puts on the left health pack and the right health pack as well, because he forced JP to take it.
Yeah, JP's first clone took that medkit pretty early on, so if he could do some damage or take out the first clone, he could save his Stafe's first one, but I don't know if he's going to want to try and put a lot of eggs in that first clone basket.
And it looks like Stafe almost took out JP again, but he did not. He might have run out of ammo again. I think he switched to a pistol. JP is going to have point control for the second loop.
It's going to be interesting to see who Stafe focuses on, because he could save 2 clones there by taking out JP's second one, but the third clone may just throw everything off balance, so
And it looks like
he's focusing on there.
He was pressured by JP. Both 3s have taken the health, and Stafe is going to slide in and absolutely destroy JP, takes no damage in return, and Stafe's going to take this point.
That was such a good play by Stafe. It definitely came down to a lot of the gunfights there, since JP had a bit of an advantage and a lot of medkits available, but his gunfire to take out the 3 on the right side by sliding put him at the advantage to just take out the past 2 clones.
Yeah, and unfortunately I was not able to see JP's crosshair because I was in third person for that confrontation. We didn't see the replay, but I think he was probably just barely off Stafe's slide. A lot of times when players move this fast, you have to lead them by a certain extent, and I think he just was not quite leading him enough. So Stafe is rushing this health pack with his 2 to deny the 1, and he does almost take out the 2. He does take out the 1. Stafe is at very low HP, takes a health pack, and jumps on point. JP's 2 is going to die because he has such low health, and 2 clones are on point for Stafe.
Yeah, JP's not in a great spot. Neither of his clones went for any of the med kits, and the ones that were available to him are taken out by Stafe. So I'm not sure what he's going to do for this last round.
And unfortunately, JP takes a lot of damage from his own clone. He's going to take this health pack and take out Stafe here. That's going to leave him time to get on point. If he can take out both of these clones, then he gets this point, and he does. JP barely clutches that out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Stafe would have been able to really properly counter that. I don't know if having the foresight to go and take out the med kit early on and then counter JP to keep him from overextending. It's such a quick decision and a lot of things going on. I'm not sure there was much Stafe could have done to prevent that.
Yeah, and what we'll see sometimes too, especially top level play, is players will actually purposely take their own health pack extremely early to avoid that third clone rush. A lot of these players do like to rush third clone, take the health pack, because it both denies a clone resyncing and allows them to get a good angle on the enemy,
Yeah,
but it does
I think
overexpose.
obviously in hindsight it's easy to figure out a strategy, but I think what Stafe should have done for that last round was camp around the right med kit so that way he can do damage, heal himself, and prevent anyone from using it as a respawn.
And Stave's going to take a little bit of damage from JP's too. Both are in a gunfight now. Stave takes him out with a barrel, and Stave's going to have point control here for loop 2.
Going into this final loop, it looks like there's only one medkit available at the end that hasn't been used by any of the previous clones, and it's on Stafe's side. So JP has to rush to the other side or take out one of his early medkits if he's going to want to use that.
Looks like he's going to take this medcat. No, he gets taken by Stave. He didn't get that health pack from Stave. Stave took it before him, but both clones resync. We see JP has to kill both these clones, and again, he's not able to. Stave is going to take this point and this game. It's very unfortunate. JP was definitely had this health pack under his control, but he was reloading while backing up, and that allowed Stave to just speed to the health pack with a boost jump and take it before he could. That put JP in a terrible position, and he couldn't recover.
Yeah, seemingly JP felt like probably he had control over that one, so he wasn't as rushed to grab it. But Safe just barely with those perfectly timed B hops was able to rush in, take him out, and it kind of left him JP to make a last second decision to rush across, hopefully to push it into overtime. But it seems like he ran out of ammo, switched to pistol, and just wasn't able to get any of the shots.
Mm-mm. Very unfortunate. Actually, um, first of all, that last round went very unexpected with how those last few seconds turned out. But also, even though they were closely seated, JP was seated higher for this match, so it is a little bit of an upset that Stave took him out of the tournament.
All right, so now we know Stafe is going to be moving forward and looking at the bracket for an update of everyone. There was a match of S2 versus J Dragon. Looks like S2 won that one and is going to be going against Stafe. And then at the next match we're going to be watching, it's going to be Darth versus So Lucky because So Lucky defeated the Coops in their first match as well. So we'll get that one set up and then we'll see who our final contenders are going to be to go into the final match.
Yes. Now Darth versus So Lucky is going to be a good game too. I'm pretty excited to watch this one.
All right, let me start messaging some people. They can get a lobby started, and we can get in that one pretty soon since they seem to both be ready.
Okay, and I'll do a quick overview of the challenger tier. Again, Decoops is covering some of these games, so if you would like to watch challenger tier matches, you can go to his channel to check it out. It looks like Benther took out Incision and is now and then lost to Riken in these quarterfinals. Riken took out Sapphire to move on to the quarterfinals and then moving on to the semis after beating Benther. MBD versus Hap is still not completed, and Zai has taken out Motive Fury. Potat lost to Dark Killer, and Schalke took out MacLean, so Schalke versus Dark Killer is still to happen. And it looks like Rat Liver and Torst still needs to go on, while Gibbon versus CD Hollow has concluded and CD Hollow has moved on to the quarters. So that is a Challenger tier update.
Hopefully, everything will be timed out just right, where once we finish the finals of the Premier League, then we can swap over and watch the finals for the Challenger tier.
Oh, and apparently in chat, Riken is saying that he hasn't played yet. He got both of these wins were DQs because no one showed
Hmm.
up. So he just got
You
an
know, it's,
extraordinary bye. I'm sure that he can do well and possibly make it to the finals. It's a good chance to get to the finals.
with the Challenger tier having so many different players, it's bound to happen. At least one or two forfeits, but to have two of them happen to the same competitor against the same competitors, pretty odd.
Yeah.
So it looks like Darth is going to be hosting. He's getting everyone invited now.
Okay.
We can get this one started in just a second.
And for the seeding in this match, Darth versus So Lucky. Darth is second seed and So Lucky is third seed. So another really close match just based off of seeds. We have seen both these players a lot in the past, so we know that they both have the ability to win this game. It's gonna be close either way.
Yeah, I have no way of guessing who is going to be taking this one since they're both pretty close competitors in terms of skill. And then are they on the right colors?
I just set them to the colors they're on, so
Perfect. So they should be ready. I'll give them the heads up in case they're waiting for us.
and it looks like Darth has changed his icon to a grenade launcher. It's fitting. We'll see. Maybe a grenade launcher comes out this game.
Yeah, I'm curious if the grenade launcher change means that he's embraced the power of the grenade launcher or if it's some sort of rebellion against it.
I think it's either a meme or it's like you said, he's embracing it. He'll pull it out. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what he does based on what weapons he chooses,
Here
if he
we
likes it or hates it,
go.
Darth
or
was the
just
one.
or if he hates it and understands its power, so he'll use it despite the hate.
Yeah, and he does pull out the SMG for his first loop here. Darth was the one who was never using the grenade launcher in the 2v2 tournament that we last cast, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't use the grenade launcher. Now, So Lucky dies here to
They're
barrel.
going for it.
I believe Darth was the one who shot it.
I, I have to look at it again. I think he might have shot it himself.
I was not able to see from the rewind.
Yeah, it's a little too fast. Just from the first glance, watching So Lucky, it looked like he ran up and shot it himself for a potential barrel strat.
Yep, and apologize to stream, I did not have the right overlay on, so that should be fixed
Amazing racing.
now. And we see So Lucky has point control for loop 2. Both his clones are on, but his 2 is very low. And he was able to save his 1 from dying by pre-detonating the barrel.
Except it was Darth who pre-detonated the barrel, which makes me think that it was an attempt at a barrel strap from So Lucky, and Darth countered it by shooting it early.
Yes, this probably is what happened. Now, So Lucky's going to push Darth here, and Darth was not expecting that. So Lucky's going to take that health pack and jump on point, and that's going to win him this round.
Good point there.
Yeah, an aggressive push like that, especially when you're on the side that they're pushing, is not expected. So you can't really blame Darth for not expecting it, but it
No.
definitely gave So Lucky a huge advantage to get full health and take out the third clone.
He did it at the right time where Darth didn't have enough time to get another health pack and come back. I don't even think any other health packs were up. And additionally, Darth did not see it coming because he was focusing on So Lucky's 2. So Darth is putting some pre-fires down on either side of the cover. They're both jousting now, and Darth barely misses an explosion. They both have to switch to pistols, and So Lucky wins the pistol match. Very low health on point. Darth's loop 2 is playing right side. He takes the health pack to avoid a push from So Lucky on his 3, and he puts some damage down on So Lucky. So Lucky dies to the barrel,
Between the eyes.
which makes me think he did that on purpose, or is he barrel shredding again?
I don't think so. I think that was a shot from Darth. It's hard to
wasn't-
tell who was shooting where.
I watched the replay from his perspective, and it's just too fast to really tell.
Yeah.
But So Lucky is going to take out this barrel early, so it very well might be a barrel strat. He has half health, getting damage from Darth. He's going to take this health pack and slide in. Darth is low, but he's going to re-heal. And So Lucky's on point. He gets taken out by Darth. And this is going to OT.
Time extended.
This is an interesting layout for an overtime. No medkits is pretty much the usual, but to have 2 clones on Darth's side and 1 on So Lucky's it's a little odd to plan for.
Yeah, and now the last loop too, we saw So Lucky's 3 was completely ignoring Darth's 3 because he knew that Darth's 3 couldn't make it on point. He was trying to take out that 2, but Darth killed him before he could, and that stopped So Lucky from scoring. So Darth did save this round. He needed to push an OT here because he couldn't make it on, but his 3 is now in the center, and that's not good for him. So Lucky's 2 is here. He had to reload, so he's not really able to pre-fire Darth's 3, and he does get taken out. So Lucky's 2 is now out of the game. You see Darth's 2 is playing up high. Takes out So Lucky as he runs up the ramp. Darth is now the only person with clones on point.
I'm guessing Darth is probably going to run back, hide to cover, and then try and challenge So Lucky from the opposite end. But
He
he
doesn't.
could try an aggressive strat.
He is going for aggressive strat here. He's pushing So Lucky. So Lucky's very low. He needs one shot on him, but he can't get it.
Oh,
Unfortunately, So Lucky's going to take this round because Darth just did not have enough ammo in his mag.
Incredible foresight.
No!
oh,
What?
oh, oh my goodness.
So Lucky's 3 gets pre-fired by Darth's 2. Darth's 2 only needed one shot to kill So Lucky, and that's what he gets on his 3. And Darth is going to clutch this game from the past. What a turnout.
Yeah, I mean that's why you always when you always just shoot at the end because you may get a lucky shot like that, which he absolutely did. But interesting, So Lucky was not even focused on that other clone. Even if it didn't kill him, they might have
Yeah,
gone into a second round of overtime. I'm not sure if So Lucky just missed him or if he thought he wouldn't be an issue.
I don't think So Lucky saw him. I was not looking through his player view, but yeah, if he had seen him jumping on, he certainly would have been shooting at him. And man, Darts 2 just shot in the perfect position. He shot 2 bullets with his pistol. The first one connected. Didn't need the second, but both bullets went through So Lucky's clone.
You always love it when that happens, especially when it wins you around when your pass clone just gets the right shot and takes out the enemy.
So both players take the health pack before getting into gunfight. So Lucky's going to lose this gunfight against Darth. Darth is firing at this one of So Lucky, takes him out, and he's pre-firing the other health pack for loop 3.
Interesting for So Lucky, he didn't try to attempt to get to any med kits and fire on the point. He just played as if he was still alive. I guess he's going to try and counter that for this next one.
It looks like he's going to try and save his 2. Darth takes out... No, Darth loses So Lucky. So Lucky has very low HP, but he does have a health pack to jump on. And he does do that. He needs to take out his pistol to kill Darth. He kills Darth, but I don't think he's going to kill both these clones.
No.
Here comes a new cycle.
He pushed it into overtime, but I don't know really what that's going to help him with. There's no med kits, and he had, not a very good strategy. I guess the advantage he'll have is Darth has 2 clones still out there, but
Now, Darth is being very over-aggressive with this one. So Lucky did not see it coming, but he's completely ignoring him now that he knows he's there because, I mean, Darth's 1's not even going to get on point here.
yeah, that could work for him. He could take out the one Darts 1 pretty easily and have a player who's going to make it to the objective, who's pretty well covered since he's behind this barrier of the ramp to the left side.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a great play from Darth, but he does have his 2 up here. It looks like he did try to pre-fire a little bit, and he's playing cover now. So Lucky's going to be playing this other ramp, just hiding from Darth, looking for maybe a joust kill. He jumps out, but then gets taken out by Darth. I don't think So Lucky put a bullet down on Darth.
He may have gotten 1 hit, but definitely not enough to really do significant damage.
He looks like he did get 1 shot on, yeah.
Yeah. I think this is a good strategy from So Lucky, keeping your players back and behind a very good cover, where the enemy has to overextend to try and do some damage on you. But it all just comes down to if you can keep them alive to jump on the point at the end.
Yeah, now So Lucky's 3 is very low. Darth has a full HP clone, and he's just staring down So Lucky, looking for that last shot. He knows that if he takes him out, he'll have this point. So Lucky does a really good job of distracting Darth here. Darth is looking at this 3. He's not concentrating the 1 or 2, and I think So Lucky was playing this entire time because he's keeping both his clones in cover. When he jumped on point, Darth didn't have enough time to take out both clones before So Lucky was able to kill him. So this was a really good play by So Lucky.
Yeah, definitely a big brain strategy there. He went with the strategy of just getting as much clones with full health on the objective to, if anything, push it into another overtime since Darth wouldn't be able to take them out, and then keep his 3rd in the back just for protection to shoot at any other competitors.
Yes, really good foresight by So Lucky there.
Right between the eyes.
So Darth is going to take, he's going to have loop control, point control for this first loop. Both ones
As
played safe here.
We're praising So Lucky. I'm seeing in the chat that apparently is a JP strat that has been taught to Lucky and used effectively. So my only
JP
counter would be JP could have used that in the last round, but I guess he decided he didn't want it.
So Lucky's going to have loop 2 control with his clone 2. Only 1 clone in point here. And We go into loop 3. Darth is going to play left, while Soloki looks like he is playing safe. Although he does push Darth, he gets taken out. Both players are going to take the health pack at full HP again. Darth is concentrating on the 1, but now he has to concentrate on the 3. He does take out Soloki's 3, and he takes out the 2.
Oh.
He has 3 HP left to take this round.
There might have been a bit of some body blocking between So Lucky's third clone and the first clone. It seemed like some of the shots he was kind of dancing around his former self. Let's see. Or his second clone, it looks like.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
he
sure
was
if
trying to
actually,
play his
there was a
clone as
little
cover.
bit of it, and maybe not as much as I noticed in the first time, but it definitely seemed like he had to adjust around his previous clone, and that could have cost him a few shots.
So
Is that a barrel strat? I
it
missed
looks
the
like it
signal.
was. Soloki definitely went over to that corner to put damage down on Darth's 1. And Darth didn't shoot that barrel. It was definitely Soloki, so he is pulling out the barrel strats for this matchup. So Darth's 2 here. He's going to take out... He tried to take out the barrel. Looks like he didn't actually hit it. He takes his right health pack, puts down some good damage on Soloki, and Soloki gets taken out by the barrel as well. On purpose as well. He slid straight into that. So he's barrel striding with his 1 and his 2. We'll see how this works out for him.
I'm always nervous for a barrel strat. It has so many opportunities to not work that to see if it'll work for him. I'm very curious.
So with his 3, he's going to push this barrel. Darth is going to put down damage on him, and he does take it out. Barely avoids the explosion. Soloki's going to take this health pack and challenge Darth now. He knows that his clones are going to get on point, but he gets taken out by a barrel shot by Darth, I believe, who predicted his push. Darth is going to have all 3 clones on point, because I believe his 3 took out both of Soloki's 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I mean, you'd hope that in a barrel strat that you at least get the first and second clones taken out, even if you can't get the last one. But all 3 of his clones, Darth's clones, were able to make it to the objective.
And that's going to be Darth is 1 game up against Soloki now. This is a best of 3, so we still do have at least 1 match to play. Potentially 2 if Soloki can win this one.
Looking at the challenger tier bracket, looks like they're on the I believe semifinals. The last matches before. Wait, yeah. Well, actually, they're still waiting on a couple of rounds, but we do have Riken in the semifinals, which I believe we knew, and Dart Killer won his game on the other side. So now they're waiting for their opponents to go into the final matches.
Taurus and CD Hollow Taurus versus CD Hollow, and Zai versus Hap. Both those games need to happen in the quarters, and then we will move to semis for the challenger tier. And on the premier tier, I don't believe the JP versus Stafe game is updated yet. I wonder if S2 is playing Stafe right now, just as it show in the bracket.
That's potential that the bracket just hasn't been updated because it's been quite a while since the JP Stafe game.
Okay. So match 2 between these 2 competitors, Darth versus Soloki. First game was very close. A couple of jaw-dropping moments, so I'm sure we're going to see more here. So Darth takes out both these yellow barriers. Both clones are playing it safe, as we see typically. Darth is doing a little bit of pre-firing, and he's going to die to Soloki on the joust. Soloki's going to have very low HP on point for loop 1. Soloki's playing his right health back, puts down some free fires, and dodges bullets from Darth. Darth has to reload. Soloki pushes point, tries to put damage on Darth. He does actually get a couple of headshots, which allows him to take out Darth's 2. So Soloki's going to have point control in the second loop as well.
So Lucky had a little bit of an advantage since he knew that the first clone of Darth had such low health. That would be an easy target to take out. You just have to focus on the second one.
And Soloki's 3 is putting some good damage down on both of Darth's clones. Darth is going to take some hits from So Lucky, and Soloki has to switch to pistol. He uses a body to block for him as number 2, and he's able to take out Darth with a pistol once he swaps.
Got a team kill from Darth, which is definitely did not help his standing there. Then he got taken out.
No, and
by
as
Solo with the life target.
we saw from Soloki's perspective, he purposely slides down behind these two clones to avoid Darth's shots, and this allows him to get the kill. Very good play by So Lucky. Unfortunate for Darth that he just didn't have line of sight. Okay, I thought we were lagging out here, but looks like So Lucky was just doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, I thought we were lagging earlier before, but it seems like when you run into the wall a certain way, it looks like you're lagging against it.
Looks a little bit like moonwalking, to be honest. Kind of interesting. Yeah, loop 1 is typical as we've seen. Both clones are playing safe, and then they joust on point, one with very low HP, holding it down. The 2s are both playing left here. They're both at almost the same HP, and So Lucky's going to barrel strat with this 2, allowing Darth to take the point for loop 2. However, he is banking on loop 3, taking that control. So Lucky's been liking these barrel strats, so he does take out that barrel. Playing right, going to target the 3 now.
Amazing resync. What a paradox.
And he gets some damage down on Darth. He has to take out Darth here. Darth is not able to take out the 1 in time.
Oh.
That 1, which had so low HP in the first loop, I'm surprised made it to the loop 3 with a decent amount of health. Darth is just not able to take out that 1, giving So Lucky the point.
Just watching this matchup between the two, So Lucky is doing a lot of different kind of strategies. Less of just trying to focus on winning these gunfights. He's planning things out 1 or 2 loops in advance, which I think is giving him an advantage here.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job with strategy. Not that Darth isn't, it's just Darth is just barely not able to keep up with what So Lucky is doing.
Headshot.
And So Lucky is up 2 rounds on this game. It is looking like it could be a sweep by him. Darth needs to take these points to control this match. Both 2s are playing caddy corner to each other. They've grabbed the health pack. Looks like Darth has jumped on point. He's going after this 2.
Last second
He gets the
save.
kill down. And he's not able to kill this 1, but he still does have 1 loop to do it. So he's not out of the running yet.
And still, out of all of these matches that we've watched, I haven't seen a single grenade launcher used at all.
No, we have not.
Right between the eyes.
Darth takes his health pack. He is going to blow up that barrel, but does not give him any kills. Unfortunately, gets desynced by So Lucky's 3. So Lucky is going to sweep Darth for this match, and that is going to put them at 1-1.
Very close games that we've been watching so far. They've been both going into the final matches that they can be playing, or the final games they could be playing, since it kind of goes back and forth over who's winning.
Like expected, these have been very close matches. It's been really interesting to see the strategies of these players come out to play. Very big brain. It's always interesting to watch those.
I think that's what makes the high level gameplay so fun, is that it's not just people rushing in trying to get kills, is that they're planning things out for the entirety of that round. Each loop, every clone has a role, and if something fails, they have to change it as the game is happening, which is fun to follow their thought process, or attempt to follow it at least.
So going on to another match 3 here. Both of these matchups
Let's
have
a
been
good
3-game
clean
rounds.
game.
Looks like Darth is pre-firing again. Seeing the same strat, both players are playing very safe. Darth does a little bit of pre-firing, So Lucky never really does. Darth gets a little bit of damage on So Lucky. They're both trying to dodge bullets while shooting. Unfortunately, Darth does not win this gunfight. Both players have taken their health packs. So Lucky is very low, but he takes out Darth before he dies. He gets to reload in and jumps on point, shoots this one down to 0, and he gets killed by his own one, unfortunately, when he jumps on point. So, not the greatest, but that's alright.
I think my favorite part of this is watching the chat from either of the players when something good or bad happens. The immediate reactions that pop up.
So Lucky's very vocal in quick chat here. Now we do see him ticking down Darth to 8 half HP, but both grab their health packs, and So Lucky is rushing Darth. He does not quite get the kill on him, but he does get a pistol shot to take him out. Can he take out this 2? He doesn't have enough time.
No score. New cycle.
It seemed like So Lucky when he was fighting Darth's third, he turned away just a little too quickly, which cost him a slight amount of time. He still got the kill, but he had less time to focus on the rest of the clones that were back on the point.
Looks like both players were playing ramp, playing safe. Looks like Darth is jumping on point a little bit earlier than So Lucky. I wonder if both players are going to use that same strat we saw in the first game.
It worked really well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try and use the advantage of those high walls to protect their clones.
See, So Lucky is playing the right ramp. Darth's 2 is actually choosing to play mid. So Lucky was trying to get a barrel explosion, but he doesn't get any damage down Darth's 2. He jumps over. He's shooting at the 1 here, ignoring the 2, and he does take out the 2 though. Very interesting. Surprised Darth didn't get any shots down on him.
Now for this last loop, So Lucky's at half health with his third clone, so I'm assuming he's going to run back, hide, and then try and do some damage.
Looks like he's pushing Darth,
Headshot.
and he gets taken out. The push did not do anything for him. Darth didn't take a single point of damage.
Yeah.
These other clones are going to be easy pickings for Darth. He's going to have all 3 clones on point for this. Well, he's going to have 1 now.
They were all there until
They
got
were all
taken
there.
out. Yeah, that was interesting by So Lucky. I assumed he would hold back, try and be a little conservative, and do as much damage to maybe the other clones in the third one, but he tried to go semi-aggressive, but he didn't push hard enough to really do enough damage or any at all, and he just got wiped out early on.
And that aggressive play is very ballsy for So Lucky. It's very interesting. I think Darth just barrel stratted there.
I think they both.
I think they both barrel stratted.
they both ran up and shot the barrel.
But as I was saying previously, that loop 3 versus loop 3, So Lucky had less HP than Darth, so doing that aggressive play was pretty ballsy by him. It didn't work out, but if he had caught Darth off guard, maybe it would have. I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah, I think he was hoping he would get a surprise attack, but he just wasn't aggressive enough to really do enough damage.
And we see the 2s go head to head here. Darth does win that fight, and he's now on point. Both barrel strats have still kicked off. It looks like loop 3 is when they're going to deny the barrels.
Hopefully Darth will deny it for his own clone, since he would have had another one on there if it weren't for the suicide. Yep, and there we go.
And he does. Both players do deny the barrels.
Right between the
Darth takes out So Lucky. They both take health packs, and they're both alive again. So Lucky slides in, but does not get the kill. Darth has to take out this 1, though, and he does.
good point there.
He doesn't get on point, but his 1 secures for him, and he's going to take that round. Both players playing safe here.
Nailed it.
So Lucky does get a pretty good kill on Darth. Doesn't lose much HP.
I'm curious if So Lucky is gonna get at least 1 round win for
Yeah,
this game.
Darth is dominating these rounds so far. So Lucky needs to win these next 3 to move on. If he loses this round or any of the rounds in the future, he will be out of the tournament. And it's not looking good for So Lucky. Darth's 2 is able to take out So Lucky's 2. the 1 is still alive on point. That could cause problems in the future for OT. We have seen that in the past, but we'll see if Darth is able to take out the 3 and that 1.
Yeah, so Lucky did a lot of movement with his first clone there, which I think protected him from being an easy target of taking out, but he still has one more chance, starts with one more chance to take out that first clone.
We see both 3s have grabbed the health pack. So Lucky is trying to jump on point. I don't think he's going to make it, but he takes out Darth's clones to push
Oh,
into an OT. He's not out of this game yet. Darth is pre-firing, trying to look for a hit on that 3. He's going up ramp, putting down some more pre-fires. And I think
seem
So
to be
Lucky is
doing the
waiting for him.
exact same strategy.
Yeah, So Lucky is playing that
Assault
ramp
attack.
again like we saw him that first time. So I think he's going to try this strat again. Last time we saw him do it, he actually pushed instead of staying back, trying to catch Darth off guard. I'm curious which one he's going to go for this time.
Yeah, that strategy may not be a very good one anymore since both of them know how it works and what they should be countering for. When the first time So Lucky used it, it seemed that Darth was unaware of what was fully happening and he wasn't able to counter it.
I'm sure you will be aware now. He's actually putting good damage on these clones as they jump on point, so that's going to put a lot of, it's going to put more pressure on So Lucky. He's going to have to take out these clones to add that pressure from his 2, his 1 and his 2. The reason that worked out so well the first time is because both his clones jumped on point, and Darth couldn't kill them. So Lucky is staying back here. He peeked his head up to get a look at Darth. Did not get killed by him. And So Lucky's pushing now. Darth is low.
Headshot.
So Lucky's not going to get a hit on him, though. Darth is going to take this game.
They score.
Interesting turn of events, especially since they went 1v1 in the first games, to have a just a complete sweep. Is I think So Lucky's advanced strategies may have hurt him a little bit too much as Darth caught on to the different things that he was trying to do.
Yeah, his strats did really well for him in that first game, but it didn't hold up. Darth was able to recognize them and counter them. He did a really good job of adapting to So Lucky.
All right, so Darth is going to be moving on to the finals of the Premier tier. Still, I'm assuming it's in progress, but we're still waiting on a winner for the S2 versus Stafe game, and that'll tell us who Darth is going to be going up against in the final match.
All right, and for the Challenger tier, looks like Zai and Riken are going head-to-head in the semifinals. Dart Killer is still waiting for his opponent between Taurus and CD Hollow. Whoever wins that quarter will move on to the semis for the Challenger tier. And then we will be catching the finals of Challenger, whoever comes out of both of these games.
Do we have anyone have any word on the status of the S2 Stafe game? Could be interesting to know if they've already completed it or if they're still in the midst or what's happening there. I believe is this S2? He changes his name a lot.
Yeah, he does. And
He's
where?
sending me a message. He sent me a message on Steam, but I
Oh,
forget if this is S2 or not. Gonna double check with him. But if it is, then it sounds like they are ready to get started. Yes, it is him, and they are ready to get going. Let me just get some invites from him.
okay.
Can't just typing a lot of messages, and some of them are not meant for me, so it's taking a second to decode what he's saying. But I think he's telling someone to invite us, so we should be getting in this game in just a second. Oh, is this the S2 and Stafe game?
I think, yeah, I just got a message from Anubis. They're apparently waiting for us. So
Oh,
I guess
okay.
so. Since they haven't played yet, we will cast this. This will probably push us back a little bit on timing. So we just need to make sure that the challenger tier does not do their finals without us, because we are putting an extra game into the stream
Hopefully we
now.
should be okay since they don't even have a Dark Killer still waiting on an opponent for his semifinal game. So the timing should be okay, but yeah, we will have to keep an eye to make sure. I did let know the semifinal uh, competitors for the challenger tier that we will be casting the final game, so they should know to wait, but we don't want to keep them waiting for too long.
Okay, awesome.
Let me invite you. They didn't seem to invite you. All right, there we go. And then we have S2 or washed up player as his name is there, but I think we're going to call him S2. On the blue team, Stafe on the orange team, although they are bouncing around right now.
Go ahead and tell them S2 can be blue, because I think that's what they're.
They're set up that way
Okay,
right now.
yeah.
So as long as they don't change again for whatever reason.
And the seeding on this matchup, S2 is first seed for this tournament, and Stafe is fifth.
Here we go.
Looks like Stafe is pulling the SMG, shooting down cover here, while S2 is going for a grenade launcher. He actually pre-grenade launchers his health pack while he's rushing it. He's doing the same for this one, trying to take out a clone that takes the health pack before him. He's going to jump on point here and die to Stafe's SMG. Interesting strat from S2 that we're seeing.
I think it could definitely work. He's protecting those med kits from an early capture from Stafe by pre-firing them with a grenade launcher. If Stafe recognizes that, then he may not do much help. But
It looks like S2's one was taken out pretty early already, and he never does get a resync in, so those grenade launchers are not going to do anything. S2's 2 also dies to Stafe's 2 in the gunfight.
yeah, it would have been a good grenade launcher strategy from S2, but he was taken out before his first one could even go off. So it basically voided that entire round, that entire loop of S2.
And as we see, S2 was trying to take out that 2 before he got the kill. However, he was not able to. And S2 is going to die to a barrel here that was shot by Stafe. Very interesting. Stafe has all 3 clones on point for this round.
Good point there.
And I think, again, when it comes to these complicated strategies, they can work out really well. But if one part just doesn't line up, then you're lost, and you have the advantage, or you lose the advantage to someone who can just get the kills early on.
Yes. The more steps you have to plan, the more places it can crumble. Now that grenade doesn't do any damage to Stafe's 1 here. It looks like
Going for it.
I'm actually quite confused. My camera view is a little bit mixed up there. I think his
Well,
1 just died to himself.
he did a lot of damage to himself. He didn't get the final kill. It looked like a possible misfire, or he was trying to bounce it to land on the point, but all he did was shoot it up and back down at himself, and did about like 70 damage to himself.
That's unfortunate. We see these 2s now facing off. Stafe is going to barrel strat here. He's putting down, his decent clone is putting down fire on S2's 2. It looks like both these players are just pulling out new strats, just trying to throw the other player off, not do the same thing every time so that way the opponent can't get a read on them. S2
Yeah,
does take out this clone. Sorry.
Knowing S2's skill level, it seems to me as if he's just testing out a few things and being fine with possibly losing a few first rounds until he can decide what his ultimate strategy is going to be. Because to see him already be down by 2 rounds is very uncanny for someone of his skill level.
It's unexpected, especially considering the seeds. He is first seed and Stape is fifth seed, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm expecting a changing strategy. Potentially, he's just trying to do some more fun, complicated ones. And then once that doesn't work out, he'll change it up and be a little more serious with some more proven methods.
And it looks like he does change it up here. He did take out the SMG instead of the grenade launcher for this first loop, and he was able to use that to take out Stafe whenever he pushed point. He is still using the same strat of forcing the health packs to be taken early on. He forced Stafe to take it, and then he moved to take the other one. So S2 is going to put some damage down on this one. He reloads here, and Stafe's 2 just barrel shredded again. We see Stafe's 2's desync clone put down shots on S2's 2, and then jump on point. And Stafe's 3 is playing ramp here. He's looking for damage down on this 2, but he does get taken out from his own 1. And he doesn't have any health packs to grab. He does have health pack to grab. His 3 does grab S2's health pack, but he has to get the kill here and he doesn't have time. It's really unfortunate for Stafe. His own clone, his 1, took out his 3 because he stepped into his line of fire.
We're seeing that that skill level of S2 come out again. He has definitely much more control that last round than he did on the first one, or the first 2 even.
Yeah, it is good to see him get 1 round. I think he did get a little bit lucky on that last loop. Unfortunately, Stafe took himself out. I'm unsure how it would have went if Stafe was still around to put damage down on S2's 3,
That's true.
but that didn't happen. We see both these competitors' 2s take the health pack. Stafe gets taken out by S2, and S2 is able to take out Stafe's 1 as well. Has 2 clones on point now. And we move on to loop 3. Stafe is playing mid, while S2 is playing around his health pack. His health pack is taken by Stafe's 1. I don't think he was aware of that. However, Stafe's 3 was denied his own health pack by his 1. So, unfortunately for Stafe, his 1 did really good work. A little bit too good work on that loop. We see pre-fires going out from both sides here on loop 1. Stafe does a good job shooting that barrel, taking out S2 as he rushes point. That is a deniable kill though, so we'll see what happens in the next couple of loops.
Yeah, hopefully S2. He may wait for the final round, but he's gonna want to try and take out that barrel so he can keep one of his clones back in, which he does right there.
And Stafe does rush S2's health pack to take it and gain full HP. And Stafe's 2 is actually going to take out S2's 2.
S2 missed about 3 shots pretty close range with the pistol. He could have either gotten a kill or done a lot more damage to the second Stafe clone, but he just missed. He whiffed all of them, which is very unexpected.
And it looks like he's going to try and take out this 2, but he gets rushed by Stafe. He barely dodges a couple of bullets, but he can't get any damage down on Stafe. Stafe is going to take this point and this game.
Cool.
And that is going to be 1 game to Stafe. S2 has to win his next 2.
He was coming back from it. It seemed like he was trying a little harder, doing less crazy strategies, but he still, it just wasn't enough. Stave had enough of an advantage that he took that game win pretty easily.
Definitely, I would say unexpected here, just based off the seeding. Because Stafe is at the lower half of the seeds here. You'd expect S2 to win both games. maybe not sweep, but win both 1 and 2. It looks like for
Yeah.
S2 to win, we're gonna have to go to game 3.
Yeah. And just looking at the challenger tier, looks like Zai has won his semifinal match against Riken, so he's going to be in the finals. And the Dark Killer versus Torse game is, I believe, already started. So we'll see who's going to be going up against Zai for the challenger final games.
All right.
Let's have a good, clean game.
So S2 throwing down some pre-fires here while Stafe rushes his pack. Stafe does take out S2's 1, but he continues to pre-fire because he knows he can deny that.
They're going for it.
And Stafe blows up 2 barrels as he jumps on point. Just trying to put some zone control down. And we see S2's 2 pushing this 1. He takes that health pack to deny the resync. That is going to keep his clone 1 alive. He rushes Stafe's pack to take it, and is now going to do a gunfire on Stafe. He does get the kill with his pistol, and he's 2 clones on point. Loop 3. Looks like S2 is now targeting Stafe's 2 a little bit here. Put some good damage down on him. He's going to swap to focusing Stafe's 3, but he doesn't get any damage down. Stafe's 3 wins the gunfight and takes point control.
They score.
Stafe has been having some pretty good aim here. He's able to win the gunfights against S2, and that's causing S2 to lose rounds. He's going with the same strat here. It looks like S2 is playing a different cover, wasting a little bit of Stafe's time. He takes that health pack a little later than he should have, or at least that he could have. And that barrel explosion is probably not going to do much.
Watching Stafe's gameplay throughout this tournament, he's definitely seems like a rising competitor in this, so that he could be seated higher, be up there if he's beating or holding his own against S2. He's definitely a higher level player than maybe we were expecting or what he's seated at from past games.
Yeah, he's definitely been bringing it these games, showing that he can match against the top seed. I wonder what he could do to the others. So Stafe's 3 takes out S2's 2. Looks like he's pushing point here. He does win the fight against S2's 3, but it's going to get pushed into an OT. Seeing Stafe be very aggressive here. Takes out S2's 1. S2's not able to resync, and he does drop that barrel explosion behind him. Try and kill any chasers.
Stafe has his second and third clone still alive in the middle of the point, so it's going to be interesting going up against brand new S2 clones, and Stafe is already in the middle with a little bit of damage down on each of them.
And he does take out that 1 early. He's looking for some hits on the 2. Gets a little bit down, shoots a barrel. And he shoots his own barrel. He's going for a barrel strat here on round 2 in OT. Very interesting.
That could be the help he needs. Almost like a medkit respawn. If he just shoots the barrel early enough, he gets a second player back, and it's an unexpected change.
Now he is. Oh no, he was very low on health on his 3. No health backs up. He's not even going to be able to deny that barrel. So he's essentially just given up his point control on this 3rd loop by barrel shredding here. Very unfortunate. His 3 was just too low for him to get into cover in time to shoot that barrel and put pressure on S2.
Yeah, I guess he could have prioritized shooting the barrel right away, 'cause knowing that he had such low health. But seemed he tried to move around and do a little more before taking out that barrel, and it cost him.
You see, Staves is going to take that first health pack at 7, the second one at 4. He's going to win this gunfight against S2, 4-point control on loop 1. Both these competitors are tied 1-1 right now. And looking at So Lucky's second clone perspective, he puts a lot of good damage down on both these clones. Resinks, and he's not at full health here. He's looking for Staves to push, and he takes him out when he slides in, giving him point control for loop 2.
And Stave's first clone was still able to do his job and take out S2's first one, but it could be easily countered by S2, which he's probably going to do. Yep, and there he goes.
And it looks like the 3s are going off against each other now. Stave resinks for full HP, and that's going to give him enough health to take on S2's 3.
Oh,
But he's not able to get on point to
I
push him
thought
to
we were going
OT.
into another overtime, and it didn't look like he counted enough to be in there.
How unfortunate. He was just a fraction of a second away, 0.1 seconds away from pushing that into OT. Preferably he would have gotten the kill and taken the point, but he really needed to be on point regardless.
A solid attempt.
So it's going to put S2 up 2 rounds to 1 on Stave. And we move into loop 2 of this 4th round. S2 is focusing Staves 1, takes him out and takes the health pack, putting some pre-fires down on the health pack he's looking at, and he's losing the gunfight against Stave. Stave has outgunned him again. He's going to take out this last clone for loop control. And Stave is looking at this 3. He's going to try and race him the health pack. He does not get his health pack denied. However, Stave now needs to grab a health pack, and his 1 takes it from him. We've seen this happen again. He's not going to have time to get to this other last remaining health pack. S2 is going to take this round and this match. Unfortunately, Stave was denied a health pack by his 1 again.
Yeah. Well, once again, we're pushing this into the third game of the best of 3, or the best of because they've gotten a one win game from each one instead of someone having just a clean sweep. I think that all of the games have been like that so far.
They have. They've been very close. The first one was probably, the first game we watched was probably one that was the most in either direction. The first
Yeah.
matchup was a sweep, the second matchup was a sweep in the other direction, and then it was very close. But all these have been going to game 3.
Let's have a good, clean game.
S2 putting down some pre-fires as we've seen. We're seeing the exact same thing we've seen earlier. Stave rushing packs, S2 putting pre-fires down, ignoring the 1.
They're going for it.
And this is going to turn out in S2's favor for this first loop. Now Stave is playing his health pack. He takes it very early to avoid a push from S2. They're both crashing point now, and S2 is going to win the gunfight. He has 2 clones on point, very low HP, but he has point control.
It gives Stave an opportunity, since both of the first 2 clones of S2 have very low health near the point, that if he just waits off, does a little bit of damage to them, then he would only have to go against the third clone of S2.
Certainly, he either put down damage early or put down damage later. It looks like he's going for damage early here. He gets pre-fired a bit by S2's 1, and S2's 3 crashes point. Stave is going to get killed by S2's 3, and that leaves him the only person on point going to take that round. Stave is not rushing this time. It looks like he's just taking down the yellow barriers. Both clones are playing safe. And S2 gets a lot of good damage down Stave. Stave does not hit very many shots. I think he only hits one, and appears to be a body shot. And S2 is going to focus Stave's 1, put some free fires down in the health pack. He's playing cover now, but Stave jumps on point. He jumps out and barely gets the kill on Stave. He has 5 HP left.
Yeah, really low health, but his first clone of S2, and I believe has full health.
If not full health, very close to full health, yeah.
Yeah.
S2 has some good pressure here. Stave is going to have to answer this. Looks like S2 is rushing this pack. He does take it. And it looks like he's waiting out Stave's 3. Stave does a good job of taking out his previous clones, but he doesn't win the gunfight against the 3. S2 is that a sweep? No.
No, there's still one more.
Okay.
That was an interesting play there, since both of the competitors swapped sides. So they were hiding behind enemy cover to rush into the middle. It's kind of funny to see that they completely just reversed each other.
Yeah, I think they both rushed their health packs, opposing health packs at the end there, had the same strat.
Yeah.
Just kind of turned the field around. And so what we're seeing here is Stave is going to have to win 3 rounds in a row to take this game and move on to the finals. S2 does get ticked down fairly low by Stave, and that allows Stave to win the gunfight on his 2. He takes out S2's 1 and has point control of both of his clones. This is good early pressure from Stave. He just has to lock it down in round 3 now to secure this round. If he doesn't, then he is going to lose this tournament. S2 is rushing here. I don't think Stave realizes this.
Oh.
He is aware now, and he is pushing S2. Is he going to get the kill? He's not going to get the kill on S2. He ran out of ammo, had to switch to his pistol, and he couldn't get that last shot on. S2 is going to sweep Stave for this match.
Wow. Yeah, that's the kind of gameplay you expect from S2, a complete domination over his opponent, which he was able to finally pull off, but it took him into the final game there against Stave to really show that.
Yeah, what we saw from the very first game between these two is Stave was really doing well with his strats and his gunfights, and all of it. He took that first game, but S2 was able to adapt, and we'll see that a lot with these top level players. Even if one player is getting more or less dominated by the other player, then they're able to change things up and turn it around. So you never really know how it's going to go.
All right, so now in the turn of events, which wasn't entirely unpredicted, our final match here for the Premier tier is going to be Darth versus S2.
Looks like S2 will be on blue, and Darth will be on red, and these are the first and second seed players going into the finals again. So yet again, the seeds did a good job of predicting the finals. I think in the past we've seen a lot of seed 1 and 2 reaching the end. Not too many upsets in Quantum League to date.
I will say that Stave making it going against S2 and it being such a close game definitely made me think that he could have made it to the finals. And I think if it was they had another matchup again, Stave has the potential to make it to the final. So hopefully we see them come back again for a next 1v1 tournament, and maybe we'll see a different matchup once we get to the final round.
Yeah, I definitely think Stave can compete. He just didn't win that round, but as we saw in his first matchup, he did really well there. So he's definitely in the running.
And this is a best of 5 game for the finals.
Yes,
so
it is.
the competitor has to win 3 games in order to take the overall victory.
And I'll update the overlay on that. Best of 5. This is the finals.
And they're both the same skin, or I guess they're the same player but slightly different skins. So there may be some confusion of callouts. I know I might make some. but try to keep in mind for this too.
And S2's 2 is very low. He gets taken out by Darth's 2. Darth is going to have point control, it looks like, for loop 2. And both of these threes are playing the same side here. They're going head to head. S2 is putting some damage down on Darth's clones. Darth is doing the same. They both grab the health pack around the same time as well, and now they're jousting for point.
Nuh-uh.
S2 has to
Ooh.
reload,
There.
and he gets taken out the last second by Darth.
Yeah, I was afraid that so it was about to go into overtime. It looked like he may have not been able to get off that shot, but he squeezed one off the last second, last millisecond even.
And the interesting thing there that we saw is both threes did the exact same thing strategy-wise. They both played the mid cover there alongside that wall, putting damage down on the opponent's 1 and 2, and then they both went to a gunfight towards the end. S2 unfortunately just didn't win that.
Yeah, they seem to be mirroring each other almost exactly in
Mhm.
terms of strategy and placement.
And we see that again here. Darth actually has to take this health pack early though. However, he puts a lot of good damage down to S2, who is lower than him now. And S2 is going to get killed by Darth's 2. Darth has 2 clones on point here, so some good pressure. And yeah, we really are seeing these two competitors mirror each other. It's coming down pretty much to the gunfights on who wins those.
Headshot.
And S2 rushes us here. Darth takes the health pack to resync, as does S2. They're both at full HP now, except S2 loses a lot of health to Darth's gunfire, and Darth's SMG is going to be able to take out S2 again. He has all 3 clones on point.
Score.
And what's the seeding? Is S2 first seeded or is Darth?
S2 is first seed and Darth is second seed. So
Oh,
based
wow.
off of that, S2 is supposed to win this match, but I think if anyone's going to upset S2, it's going to be Darth. We see them crash point. Darth does win this gunfight again against S2. He has been winning almost all of these we've seen so far.
Yeah.
He's close to sweeping S2 in this first match. We see Darth is doing a little bit different play style now. He's playing ramp instead of going for the health pack. And he crashes point here, trying to take out the 2. He does take out the 2, putting damage down the 1, but he's not going to be able to kill him. Moves to loop 3. Point is contested.
It seemed, and I believe this may have been Darth's strategy, it seemed he was holding back, waiting for S2 to be distracted with the first clone of Darth, so that way he could fire on him without much back and forth.
Yeah, and we just saw here, Darth did some really good shots from across field. Takes out the 3 and the 1. The 3 resyncs, and actually S2's 3 takes out Darth. He's going to take this point and deny Darth's win. Or at least put
That's
it
real
off.
unfortunate. Seemed like Darth had a lot of control over that, but it just one shot away from taking another easy round victory and a game victory.
And I'm seeing in chat, J-Dragon just said that Pete has won the novice tier, so congratulations to him as the victor.
Pete.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to catch any of those games. There's just too many going on, so we're
Yeah.
catching the higher level play, but and we see these twos going head to head here. S2 is forced to take the health pack. Darth is putting some good damage down on him, and he's barely able to get the kill though. S2 almost takes him out with his pistol.
That was a very interesting matchup when both of the clones, the 1 and 2 clones from each competitor met. There was a lot of gunfire happening, not a lot of death, not a lot of damage. They seem to be sort of countering each other very well.
Yeah, doing a really good job dodging each other's fire. S2's gonna have to take this health pack. He's gonna have to rush the point if he wants to get on. He's not gonna get on point, so he has to kill Darth's 3. And Darth takes him out before he can do it.
Score.
Darth is gonna take this match. Yeah, unfortunately, S2, when he took that health pack there, he really needed to jump onto point. He needed to boost hop directly to point to even get on in time.
Yeah.
But Darth was standing there. He knew if he boost hopped into Darth's fire is probably going to be death, so he tried to strafe. Didn't work out for him.
I guess his hope was that he could keep some of his past clones alive and then just take out any of the competitors' players on the objective, but it just wasn't enough.
And we're going to see Darth is up one match against S2.
Are you ready, folks?
It's like Darth is taking out some yellow cover here. S2 is choosing to rush health packs. He's going for 2 health pack rush here. He's actually taking both these health packs a little bit late compared to what we usually see, but he is going to win the
They're
gunfight
going
against
for
Darth
it.
1.
Seems to be the exact strategy that they did last time. I believe S2 did the same thing, rushing forward to the enemy packs. Except last time Darth was able to take out the first clone before he made it to the objective. This time not so much, but it is easily counterable.
Yeah, and we see S2's one gets taken out, but he resyncs for the health pack.
What a
Both of S2's
paradox!
clones are actually going to be taken out by Darth here. And both threes are playing the same side again. Both getting a little bit of damage down, choose to take fire on the opposite clones. And now S2 has pushed Darts 3, however, he does not get the
Incredible
kill.
foresight.
Darts 3 is taken out by his own 1, but both his 1 and 2 are on point to secure the round, so that is not an issue.
And Darth definitely had a lot of control over that one, even with his first and second clone having, such low health towards the end. It still felt like he had dominance over what was happening.
And that put some good pressure on
A
S2.
solid attempt.
Too much to pay attention to. He tried to go for Darts 3 to take him out, so he had time for Darts 1 and the 2. That's why he pushed Darth, but Darth got the kill on him before he could do that. Loop 2 here, looks like Darth is playing right side, S2 is playing his left. Darth takes his health pack a little early, but he does really good damaging S2. And S2 looks to pre-fire, but he wastes all his ammo, so when he jumps on point he has to use his pistol, and Darth is able to kill him because of that.
And Darth could easily save his first clone as well, because I believe this S2's first clone that took him out was a little exposed on the right side of him, so.
Right between
And
the
Darts 3 is
eyes.
playing the middle side cover. Looks like S2 moves out of cover trying to get a kill on Darth, but he does not get
What
it.
a paradox.
Darth has point control again, 2 rounds up against
Good
S2
point
0.
there.
I'm not sure where S2's third clone went, where his ghost was there, but I was expecting a last second spray on the point from the medkit on his side, but there was just nothing to be found.
Perhaps he didn't have time to get to it.
They're going
S2's
for
1 is going to
it.
win the gunfight against Darts 1 for point control in the first loop. And what we're seeing here is the opposite of what the seeds are predicting. It looks like Darth is about to sweep S2 here on the second matchup, which would um, give him
Right
not quite a
between
shot at
the
it as a best of 3,
eyes.
but 2 rounds up against S2, who is first seed.
Nailed it.
We see Darth has point control on his second loop. And that puts him in a decent position to win this third loop, or at least, win this third loop and take this match. We see Darth targeting this 3. S2's trying to play cover here. Works decently well for him. Darth is able to get the health pack though. He's going to be able to make it on point. Kills S2's 3. He's going to sweep
A solid
S2
attack.
for this match. That
They
puts him up 2-0
score.
against S2 and wins.
Wow, that was somewhat unexpected, the way he just sweeped it, and he had so much control even over the first 2 rounds that seemed like not much that S2 was trying to do was working out for him.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened there. I think Darth was just doing really good with his damage. We saw a lot of good shots from him, headshots, especially like long distance shots. And when they were crashing point, or jousting, if you will, Darth won pretty much all of those gunfights as well. So I think S2 just needs to
Hmm.
put more damage down on him. They're both using the same strats, so it really just comes down to gunfights on that point, for the most part. And we're moving into game 3 of this best
Are
of
you
5.
ready, folks?
And just a reminder, after this finals match, we will be raffling off one key to a free copy of Quantum League, so stick around for that if you want a chance to win.
A solid attack.
And we see S2 win this gunfight here. He needs to start doing this for round wins.
Yeah, it's interesting. They both had to swap to the pistol. They weren't able to get killing damage on their SMG fight.
Now we see Dart take the health pack a little bit early here again, but he gets in a good position to pre-fire the health pack that S2 takes, and that leads to him killing S2's too. Darth is going to have second point loop control. Or second, no he's not actually. He's not going to get the kill on the one.
He missed shots and then didn't have enough time to swap over to his pistol.
It's unfortunate, but there is still a third loop. He can reconcile that fact. S2 takes a little bit of damage from his own one. That probably leads to him getting desynced here. He takes the health pack. He looks to push Darth. Darth is at half HP, challenging S2's fully healed clone. But S2 turns away.
Oh,
Oh my, but he can't get on point. What an exchange.
yeah, that's unfortunate since what is that? Is that Darth's clone had less than 5 health probably.
S2 turned away a little bit too early. What he's trying to do was take out one of Darth's previous clones so that way the point wasn't contested because I think he knew Darth wasn't making it on. But leaving that Loop 3 clone that's currently controlled by a player, B, is letting someone take fire at you. And that, it's... I mean, it's hard to say what to do there. You need to have enough time to kill the early clones, but you have to take out the one that's currently controlled as well.
Darth's gonna have to do a lot of work if he's gonna want to maintain control for the final loop since his last clone has so little health. It's not gonna be of much use. So you're gonna have to really maintain control in
Yes.
these first and second ones.
That is a really good point. We're about to see what happens here. S2 leaving Darth at 1 HP like that actually probably wasn't as bad as a play as we initially thought because
Yeah.
he knows that he has no health packs. This could literally secure him this third loop. And it looks like it's going to. S2 can now push these two clones without any worry of getting shot at for the most part. He has 3 seconds to kill 2 here. Looks like both are going to die. He's going to win this round.
They score.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Darth because there's not much you can do. You hope that you can make it to the objective, but if you don't, and you have no health, and there's no med kits, and it's your final clone, there's not really anything that you can do to confidently secure that win.
Yeah, I would like to redact my previous statement. That was actually a really good play by S2.
Go for it.
Thinking to the future of a possible OT. Knowing that he can't get on point, he knows that that 3 isn't going to threaten him as far as a point cap, so putting down low and just taking out the other clones secured that win for him.
If that was planned, then that was definitely
I think it
a big
was.
brain move.
These players are very intelligent when it comes to this game. They're really able to think far into the future, as we've seen in the past.
Nailed it.
And for Loop 2 here, we see Darth is taking point control. He has half health. He was able to kill S2's 2 without too much damage on him. Puts Darth in a decent position for this third loop. And they're playing the same side here. Darth does a lot of damage on S2's 3, but gets killed. S2's going to pre-fire that pack, put some damage down on Darth. Has to take the health pack, but he gets taken out by Darth after taking the health pack. That's going to give Darth the round win.
Score.
We are going back and forth in terms of round wins, but I do believe that if Darth was just a little quicker to get to that objective, you could see a much more dominant picture from him
A solid
as
attempt.
opposed to S2 getting that first one.
Yeah, it's really hard to say how this game's gonna go. It's always hard to predict, but we've seen, even though Darth has dominated, or not necessarily dominated, but won the first two matchups, that doesn't put So Lucky or S2 out of it.
Yeah.
Now these looks like Darth was not really able to get any damage down S2's too. S2 is actually juking him on the health pack, causing him to waste his ammo, but that's not gonna work or do him very well when he dies in the second gunfight.
Yeah, I'm curious if Darth is going to be able to save his first clone for this final round here. He seems like he could if he's got some good shots off, but he may not be caring that much, just focusing on his second and third clone to take it to the objective.
And Darth's 3 gets taken out early, gets
Oh.
taken out twice by S2. That's gonna give him a round win here. Dart did a good job trying to outlast or outweight S2's free fire on the health pack, but didn't lead to him getting the kill.
Yeah, we may see S2 take his first game win here and push it even farther into another round.
It's very possible. He has been doing well in on the match so far. He's been winning the gunfights like we said he needed to, and that is giving him round wins. He has first loop control as well, winning against Dart's contestation.
See, and there's times here where I feel as if a grenade launcher would give them so much more benefit, especially when they know they have a clone hiding behind cover. They could take them out early, but it seems that everyone just wants to stick with the SMG. These are the high-level players, so I guess they know a little better than I do, but from my knowledge, I would have pulled out the grenade launcher at least 2 or 3 times so far.
Yeah, now the problem on this map is if you pull out a grenade launcher in loop 1, and maybe even loop 2, what the opposing player can do is they can run up ramp to get a clear line of sight, even if you stay back on point. The only way to really contest that is to stay behind cover. I mean, I think there's just too many angles on this map to really make GL that powerful.
Amazing resync.
Now we see the 3s fighting it out here. S2 barely gets the kill on Darth,
Score.
and that gives him the match win here. It's going to go into a game 4.
It's really close. S2 is able to turn it around there.
Yeah, good plays by S2. He did really well winning those gunfights to both put pressure on Darth and to take that third loop. So we'll have to see how
Gonna
Darth
look at the
answers.
challenger tier. It looks like Torst won his game against Dart Killer. So they have the final matchup of Zai versus Torst. Hopefully they don't have to wait too long as we finish up in the premier
Let's have a
tier
good, clean
finals, and then we
game.
can swap over to them to see how they do.
Should be an interesting matchup in the challenger tier. We will have to give away one key right before we switch over to them, but we can make that quick.
Nailed it.
See, S2 gets out of range of the explosion behind him that Darth tried to utilize. He has full health actually on point here. Both 2s are playing the same side again. Seems like both players like to go at the same side as each other. That ends up in a lot of gunfights here, and we see S2 wins this one.
Yeah, it seems like that control that Darth had previously is starting to slip here. He's not winning as many fights. He's not maintaining control at the end of each loop. It seems to be S2 is getting some of his advantage back of being the first seed.
And we see these two players are fighting now. Darth has very low HP, gets taken out by S2's pistol. S2 has all 3 clones on point, and he scores. And we're not seeing much of a change up here as far as strategy goes, at least that I've noticed. The 1s are always playing cover, pre-firing a little bit, which is normal. You want to keep that 1 as safe as possible. And then the 2s are just playing their health packs, as are the 3s.
Yeah, no one's really trying any advanced strategies, which is pushing it into coming down to who can just aim better. You would hope that Darth would recognize that that keeps happening and try and do something slightly more complicated, but he's probably just hoping he can start winning some of these fights.
Well, now the gunfights have been pretty equal. We saw Darth winning most of them in the beginning, but now we're seeing S2 win a lot of them. So I think both
Yeah.
players are pretty confident in themselves, just being able to out aim their opponent. I think playing these simple strats are a little bit safer, like you said. The more complicated ones have more likelihood to go wrong.
Hmm.
Now we see S2 is actually not playing his open health pack here, interestingly enough. He's going after the 1 and the 2. He's going to fire at Darth, but Darth's 3 is going to put too much damage down on him. He's going to get down to 0 HP, and Darth is going to take this round.
Yeah, it was interesting. Both of their threes kind of pushed in, not really caring too much about med kits. Neither of them even had to go through to either get respawned or freshen up their health. So they really just were confident that they could take each other out with the gunfire.
And I think S2 was just trying to take out Darth's 1 and 2 to put pressure on Darth to kill 3 of his clones,
Mhm.
and possibly leave that his own health pack open for an OT, but didn't work out that way. It's hard to say what the player's just thinking all the time. Now S2 is going to have very low HP after he takes out the health pack as well. Darth does a really good job of timing his shots. Darth 2 has no damage on him as he takes point control for the second loop.
Yeah, that was incredible firing over on S2's clone. Darth did so much damage to him before he reached the med kit. He took the med kit and immediately took him down to at least half of his health and then finished the job. Really good pre-firing there going on.
And we see Darth take out S2's 3. Darth is going to resync here, but he gets taken out by S2. He's not going to have enough time to resync and take out S2 on point, so S2 is going to score.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Darth forgot that he had a chance to respawn because he didn't really look at him until he had already respawned and started shooting at him. He didn't prepare, he didn't pre-fire.
No, we saw Darth look at his own health pack. He wondered S2 was going to take it, but I think he realized S2 was taking the other pack. When he lost that gunfight, he was running away from his health pack, and I think he was trying to leave it for a possible OT. But he was at almost full HP whenever he was jumping onto point there, so even if he had taken the health pack, I don't think it would have mattered much. Darts 2 gets ticked down to half HP, so he takes the health pack. Both the 2s are jousting here. And S2's 2 comes out victorious with very low HP on point for loop 2.
It actually seemed like Darth's first clone got at least one shot on S2's second clone there, just some pre-firing from the loop before.
I think that very well could have happened. Oh, and we're seeing a little bit of change up here. S2 was trying to rush the health pack, but he gets denied by Darth's previous life. So he has to go back to take his other one. And Darth is dodging S2's shots, but he's not going to dodge all of them. You can't put very much fire down S2, and S2 is going to take that win for the match.
I honestly can't believe that it's being pushed this far. I thought we would have seen, 3-1, 3-0 game win from Darth, but we are now going into the final of the 5 possible rounds that could be played to
Yeah,
see who's going to come away with this.
This is coming down to the wire. I mean, both these players are top tier, seed 1 and seed 2. They're ranked the highest in this bracket, so you can expect a close match. But even each match has come down to it being pretty decently close. I don't think we've seen a sweep this matchup, have we? Have we?
I
Maybe
think
one.
in one of the first rounds, Darth may have gotten a 3-0 round win.
Yeah.
But it's been so long. There's been so many rounds in between that it's hard to say that for certainty.
Both players playing safe here on their first loop. Typical strats from these players, and S2's gonna win this first loop.
Almost like a cowboy showdown. A lot of it comes down to who can swap to their pistol the fastest and get the final shot off.
That is a good analogy.
Yeah.
The twos are now playing catty corner to each other, allowing each of them to put down fire on each other's ones. S2 is going to get taken out by Dart's 2 whenever they slide into point here, and Darth is going to have half HP on his 2 as he takes point control. And on loop 3, they're playing catty corner again, trying to play their health packs, but when S2 rushes Dart's 2, he gets denied the health pack that he was looking for. And both these players are dancing around each other, but S2 is going to take out Darth. I think Darth just lost track of him.
That was not where I was expecting for that round to go. It seemed like Darth had at least a little bit more control, but for have S2 to end it with all 3 of his clones alive and on the point, definitely threw me off there.
Yeah, not really expected. I'm not really sure. Dart's 3, I don't know if maybe just wasn't sure where to look, or I think he lost track of S2. Just all of the bouncing around the two of them did. I'm sure that's hard to keep track of, especially when you're that close. S2 is going to put down damage on Dart's 1, but Dart does a good job as usual of pre-firing the health pack. Takes S2 down to half health, and he's able to win the second gunfight.
Denied.
And we see an early kill on S2's 3 from Darth. Darth shoots a barrel for some damage. He's gunfighting against S2's 3 and wins the gunfight in this one as well. Darth is going to take this round.
Score.
I always get a little bit nervous. I'm noticing that Darth, whenever he finishes, he runs right to the edge of the objective. I'm afraid that one of these times he's going to jump right off and not get it counted for.
That is scary. I do think one reason that we see kind of a lot of players play around the edge of the points, for the most part, is they're pre-firing on point. So if you know what side of the point you pre-fire, then you know what side you need to be on to not get killed. At least I think that's why they do that.
It's very possible. It makes it easier to have less, remember where you were when you finish. But I believe S2 died from a barrel from Darth, I think, shot it right at their final matchup in the middle.
Well, if he died by a barrel, that is a deniable kill. We'll see what happens in loop 3. If S2 wants to save that clone, he certainly can.
Seems like it did, because the barrel was shot by the first clone of Darth. Darth's first clone was taken out, but the second clone was still able to get the kill of him on point. So there's not much to be gained by shooting the barrel early on.
Amazing reset.
And Darth is pushing here into S2's half. I don't think S2 knows where he is, and he takes out S2.
Oh.
I think he caught him off guard there. And he gets the kill on S2 as he jumps onto point. Darth is taking another round.
That made me nervous. There was a few seconds where I thought that Darth may not be able to get that final kill on S2 and push it into overtime, which again would have left Darth in the middle with a low health third clone with no health kits. But he was able to get that last shot in it. Eased my anxiety.
I think he did right there. You want to make sure you're on point. So he ran on point first before getting the kill, because if you get the kill and you don't get on point, it goes OT anyway. It always seems to come down to the last second kill, though. Very often. It's a little surprising. So both these two are going off against each other. Darth gets that pre-fire again, takes down S2 down to half HP. Who's going to win this fight? Darth is going to win this fight with his pistol. Very close. And S2's 3 is going to push the left side here, try to take out that 2 to keep his 2 from being too damaged. And S2's 3 gets taken out. It's looking like Darth is going to take this match and take the finals here
They
with 3 clones
score.
nonetheless.
That is a victory for Darth, not only of this matchup here, but of the entire tournament for the Premier tier, giving him the victory.
And yeah, it's over. That was an upset technically. The second seed did win
Yeah.
the tournament, but it was really close. I wouldn't really call that an upset per se. Those two players are really close in skill level.
Yeah, I was definitely starting to root for Darth because, I mean, he is, yeah, second seeded, so it's not like he's the complete underdog, but to see someone go up against S2 and show that much dominance, even if it did go all the way into the final game, you kind of want to see him win. No offense to S2, of course, he's a very good player as well, but I started to internally feel myself rooting for Darth more and more as the games went on.
The underdog's always fun to root for.
Yeah.
Even I don't know if I call him underdog, but yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to say an underdog, but
yeah.
just going off of the seeds, that he was not expected to win.
Okay, so we do have a key to give away here. Um, before we move into the Challenger Tier Finals, and the Challenger Tier Finals, it looks like it's going to be Zai versus Torst. So while you're getting that set up, I will open this giveaway. Um, this is for a free quantum copy of Quantum League. If you do have the game already and you do win, I would appreciate if you give it to a friend who does not. And the giveaway is now open. If you type in Quantum League, all lowercase, one word, you will enter, and I'll be raffling this off in a moment. This is one key being given away of two. We will be giving away one more key after the finals of the Challenger tier, which we are about to watch.
A lot of people joining this one seems like it. So it's going to be lots of competition to try and get this key here.
Seen a lot of names here too, some that I recognize, some that I don't.
A lot of new names for sure that I
Mhm.
haven't seen or have been maybe watching but haven't talked yet.
And I'll give this giveaway about 30 more seconds before I draw. So last call for any entrants. And I'm going to draw. And the winner is WTF is a duck. Congratulations, I will be sending you a key. This is a little bit hard to pronounce, but I got it. I will be sending you a key on Whispers on Twitch, so look out for that.
A wonderful name. I hope one day you can figure out what a duck is. But for now, you can just play Quantum League and not have to think about it.
There aren't any ducks in Quantum League.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have not added in the ducks yet. I'm getting so like Torst is going to be hosting it, so we're just getting some information around so that way he can start inviting people. So it is just
Okay.
taking a second for him to add me, and then once he gets me in, then I should be able to get the rest of us in.
And Duck, you should have gotten that key now. If you want to just respond to Whisper, just make sure that you got it.
And possibly give it a try just to make sure that it's working and everything.
And looks like you got it. Awesome. Congratulations. And good luck to everybody else for the second giveaway, which we'll be doing right after this finals that we're about to cast. That is Zai versus Torst. So the seeding on this is Zai is sitting at 5th seed, and Torst, oh, where'd they go? Torst is sitting at 14th seed. So this is actually very interesting. We have a 14th seed in the finals match. The fifth seed is also not the first seed, so it's a little bit unexpected, but certainly the 14th seed. Very interesting upset that we're seeing from this bracket. We'll
And
see how
there, I
these
mean,
competitors pair.
this bracket was definitely, it's a little hard to guess the skill and competitiveness of it, since there was a player who had two like
Right.
forfeits or disqualifications to get them to where they're at. So we didn't get to see the full potential of everyone that joined, but the people that did join, we are seeing the best of the two. Okay. Cool.
Yes, certainly the lower tiers too. They're hard to predict as well as
Hmm.
premiere. Mostly just because we don't see all the same faces all the time. There's a lot of new people coming in.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I think, the hardest thing to predict is that I could look at the people and go, oh, I know those people, so they could do well, but there could be new competitors who are even better or just as good. That since I'm not familiar with them, it's hard to guess where they're gonna end up in this.
Hmm.
Let me. Oh, whoops, he's already invited. Let me send you an invite, and then we will get this game going. Again, it is another best of five since it is a final for the challenger tier.
Awesome. And
Torst on the blue team, and Zin or Zim, Zai. What is
Zai,
it?
that should
Z-
be Zai, based on his
Zai. Yeah,
avatar.
I'm not familiar with that alphabet.
So
Let me
Torst
let him
on
know they
blue,
can start.
14th seed, and Zai is 5th seed on red. And we are ready to start.
Uh, with Torst, but I cannot seem to find his. Well, he started anyway, but I couldn't find his name to send him a message, which is odd.
Let's have a good, clean game.
So looking at Torst here, he is playing safe. Looks like both players are. Zai is peeking out a little bit, trying to get a little bit of sight on him, destroy those yellow covers.
They're
And
going for
Torst tries to
it.
get a barrel kill on Zai,
Let's
but it
set the
does not happen, and Zai is
stage.
Oh,
actually going to kill Torst with very little HP left.
it seems like Torst was missed a few of his shots on the SMG. Could have gotten an easy kill, but because he missed, he had to swap over, which in that time got him killed.
And Zai put some good damage down on Torst. He's going to have to take this health pack here, but looks like he's waiting it out. He does take this health pack now, waits out the pre-fire from Zai, but I don't think he's going to make it on point
What
now.
a paradox.
Neither
No,
two clones, neither of the twos make it on.
they were playing a little too safe, staying back. They didn't account for either getting to the point or taking out the other person, and now they're both sort of useless.
They do take the health pack, so they could deny here. It looks like Torst is having a little bit of trouble with the railing. Couldn't get up on top of it, but he does put some good damage down on Zai. Both are crashing point now, and Zai is going to get taken out by Torst.
Ooh.
And because that 2 doesn't make on a point, it is going to be Torst's round.
A solid
Very good
attempt.
dodge by Taurus. He made sure to extend very far out to the right so that way he wouldn't get affected by the barrel exploding. Even if he didn't know they were going to hit it, he prepared himself for it.
And it looks like Zai was playing railing. He jumps down. Both have good damage down on their opponents. Torst is looking to get a kill on the 2, but he doesn't quite get it. Takes him low. Zai jumps on a point and takes out Torst as he slides in, or as he jumps in. And Torst is playing the ramp here. It looks like he's playing a little bit safe with his 3. He's looking to get a line of sight down the 2. He's looking up the ramp, trying to find out where the 3 is. He doesn't quite know. And now they've seen the 3. He's jumping on point, gets the kill.
Oh,
I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill on both these clones, though.
no.
No score. New cycle.
He's not. So he was looking for a health pack, I think, for OT. He turned away from the other clones. We'll see if he'll be able to get one. There are 2 alive, 2 up.
It seemed that he was setting himself up for the overtime, so he's in a good direction to just try and run for a med kit or cover or something.
Yeah, and it looks like Zeiss did race the health pack with his 1. But I think Torst is actually facing the other health pack with his 3. Which I don't think Zai is going to be able to beat him to.
No. But that will give him a health advantage, especially since he's going against a fully respawned Zai third clone.
And Zai is going to race the health pack anyway. Torst 2 is not going to be able to get there in time. But his 3 has a good chance. Torst is trying to go up ramp to get some cover. Looks like he's going to jump onto point now. And he is able to take out Zai's 2, and that gives him point control on the second loop.
Yeah, for Tor's sake, you're gonna have to hope that he's better at b-hopping than Zai was, if he's gonna, because it's gonna be a race now to the medkit.
He is facing it. The gun goes off. He goes around the backside of the pack. I don't think he. I don't think that was the best way to go. He does get killed by Zai.
He didn't get it.
Unfortunately, I think he just took a slightly longer route. He went around the right side of the barrier and around the back side of the health pack. If he went to the left and in front of it, I think he would have beat Zai.
Yeah, definitely interesting there to see Zai giving himself the advantage by rushing over to the med kit, and it definitely paid off because he had just the perfect amount of speed to race for it.
Now Zai's going to put some good damage down on Taurus as he jumps in. Neither player is going to get a kill. In fact, Taurus doesn't even put any damage down on Zai.
The dynamic of the game changes a bit in this challenger tier, since a lot of these fights in the middle come down to last second kills where they're running out of ammo, or even they don't get the kill on the other person, they're both on the point, which changes up the play style of who's there at the end and who they have to worry about.
Yeah, certainly one of the differences between the Premier and the Challenger tier is just the aim. So whenever that happens, sometimes the gunfights last longer in Challenger, but at the same time, Premier tier is really good movement as well.
Yeah.
Comparatively so. So Zai is playing ramp here. He does jump down, trying to take down Torst low. Both players are about half HP. Zai moves towards his health pack and does grab it. 2 seconds left. Both players are going to have to jump on a point. Zai is getting taken out by Torst, and Torst has all 3 clones on point for that cap.
We are now seeing again a back and forth of round wins going towards Zai Torst.
And it looks like Torst is actually changing it up here. He's rushing health packs. He takes that health pack at 6, which is a little bit slow, but maybe that will force a little bit of pressure on Zai when he's trying to take it. He needs to heal in the future. Torst does have voice control on loop 1.
Yeah, Torst, it seems he doesn't fully have the B-hop down to the level that maybe some other players have. It seemed like he was hitting it pretty well, but not to the speed that you really expect.
We see Zai does deny that health pack there. Torst is actually rushing the other health pack with his 2. Wasting Zai's ammo, now he's jumping on point. Zai has to face him with a pistol. Torst has a pistol out as well. He does not get on point, but does take out both clones.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that 2 could get denied pretty easily by Zai here. Leaving Zai with good point control. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Zai's going to take that health pack, and he is pushing this other health pack with his 3. Both 3s are facing off here. Zai gets some really good headshots on Torst, taking out his 3, and now he has all 3 clones on point.
But here we go, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, 2-2 rounds here. It's going down to the 5th round matchup. And Zai takes a lot of damage there. Torst is on point a little bit early, kind of exposing his 1, but he does have point control for the first loop.
He got a good early shot of Zai right when he popped out, so there wasn't much of a gunfight there since he took him out before anything could even happen.
Looks like Torus 2 is deciding to play this railing. He does really good damage long range on Zai. Zai is waiting out Torus possible free fire. Both twos have resynced here and are pushing point. And Zai has to reload, and that allows Torus to get the kill on him. The threes are facing off here. Both threes do die, but they resync, and on the joust it looks like Torus is going to win this, and he takes the first match. And we're already seeing the first match, the 14th seed is taking on the 5th seed. And able to pull out a game.
Let's
So,
swap of host here, because it seems like Zai invited me. Cool.
we're off in the second game of the Challenger Finals. So that first match was very close. Both competitors got 2 points down. Torus was able to secure the third.
Here we go.
I really think that this finals could go either way, despite the seeding. So we're seeing a little bit of difference here. Neither player is playing that safe. Zai went up ramp and then went back down. It looks like Torus was trying to barrel strap, but he didn't quite get the entire kill on himself. Unfortunately, that just ended up him damaging himself and allowing his Clone 1 to get killed by Zai. Both players are playing ramp here. They both tick down each other decently low. Torus was looking for the 1, but the 1 moves back down ramp, so he's targeting the 2, and he gets taken out mid-air by Zai. Zai has good pressure on Torus at the moment. We see more ramp play here. Torus goes for a health pack. I'm not sure if Zai's going to be able to make it on point here, but it doesn't matter because Zai's able to take him out. I think that's what his play was.
Yeah, very lucky, because it seemed like his 1 and 2 were sort of low, so they could have been taken out and pushed into overtime, but he was able to save them from that happening.
I think that was a good play by Zai, playing safe with his 3, making sure that Torus 3 was definitely going to be distracted by the 2 clones on point that allowed him to get pretty much a free kill on that 3. And then we see Torus gets a lot of good damage on Zai with that barrel and then takes him out with a gunshot for loop 1 control. Both players are playing ramp here. Torus is very low. He actually gets taken out by Zai and grabs a health pack to resync. Zai takes out Torus 1, and as Torus is pushing point, he's not going to make it on. Just a little bit, needed a little bit better time management here to jump onto point in time, take off a little bit sooner. And we see Torus 3 is taking down Zai's 2, but Zai's 3 rushes Torus health pack. Torus takes the point. Zai's 3 is very low, but Torus gets taken out by Zai's 3 because he's not paying attention to him.
Seems like not a lot of situational awareness when Torus is happening. It's kind of costing it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he left Zai's 3 alive. He needed to take him out But at the same time, Zai had so much pressure on point there. Both his Clone 1 and his Clone 2 were on point. That means Torsta has to take out all 3 clones within those last few
Going for
seconds,
it.
and it just wasn't possible for him. If anything, he needed to push that to an OT by taking out Zai's 3.
So I could get an easy kill on the first clone, which he looks like he's going to try and do. Going up the right side, taking him out before he can even jump up there.
But Zai does get taken out by Torst 2. Torst is playing it safe up here on the ramp. Zai has resynced and is going to take out Torst. Torst does still have a clone on point, but it's so low it's probably not going to matter at the end of loop 3.
Yeah.
And we see Torst is targeting Zai. His 3. He does get taken out by Zai. Both players' 3s are going to resync here, going into their second gunfight. Zai's playing safe again,
Amazing reset.
using the same strategy to distract
They score.
Torst, but it doesn't matter because Torst 3 doesn't make it on point again.
Yeah, he just has some bad timing, bad situational awareness. It just seems like he was really off for this game.
That is going to give Zai a win and bring the series to 1-1. I think Torst just really needs to watch the clock a little bit more, make sure he's on point when he needs to. The gunfights, he needs to win some of those as well, of course, as any game you need to do that, but the timing is what really killed him here. So 1-1, both competitors have a match under their belt. This is a best of 3, which is technically turned into a best of 3 now. Did I say best of 3 earlier? It's a best of 5, just turned into best of 3. And yeah, I mean, even so, Torres being 14th seed, he's been doing really well against Sai. Yeah, he obviously made it to the finals, which means he has the ability to show up. He just needs to work out a couple of things if he
Yeah,
wants
I
to
mean,
pull
yeah.
out the
Regardless
finals.
of any of the seeds, just watching them play, especially in the first one going back and forth, you'd assume that they are very close together in skill.
And did you invite me?
I did,
I
and
think I need
ooh, I don't
another.
know what happened. I think they did something else because I was in the lobby with them, and now they're gone. Oh, his game crashed. Okay,
Ah, okay.
it was Torst game crashed. So wait a second, he'll get it started again.
Who do you think is going to win this finals?
I don't know. I mean, based on the first one, I would say it would be anyone's game. But if Torst keeps playing the way that he does, then Zai has a pretty good chance.
I think it could be anyone's game as well, but I think I'm going to put my money on Zai. Just based off the last game, it seemed like Zai had a really good grasp of the match. We saw Torres was able to pull it out against Zai. Um, However, that might just be because Zai was a little bit rusty or just now getting into it, trying to get a read on Torres. We've seen a lot of players lose at first and then turn it around to take the win. But it is hard to say.
Yeah, Torst could turn it around, get back into his momentum.
And I think we're ready to go.
Yep, seems like it.
Here we go.
And also something to note, we're seeing SMGs again. We've only seen the grenade launcher when S2 pulled it out at the very beginning. trying to use it whenever he was doing the rush strat on the health packs. And then he put it away pretty soon after that. And we haven't seen it since. Probably not a terrible thing. The grenade launcher does make it a little bit harder to know what's going on. I think kind of randomizes the situation as well. And like we discussed, it's probably not as viable in ones as it is in twos. Now it looks like Torus is... He does get the kill on Zai. He did rush him a little bit, got an unexpected angle, and is able to take loop 2 point.
I could save a lot of, save some damage, give himself an advantage if he went up to the top left, took out Torus, because he kind of sits there with a second clone.
Looks like he's not opting to do that though. He's playing his health pack because his 2 played the other one, and now he's rushing Torus health pack here. But is he gonna have enough time to get on point? I don't think he is, and Zai's not gonna have enough damage to actually push an OT.
Yeah.
It's a good try by Zai. Fortunately, time just wasn't on his side. We're seeing a little bit of a different playstyle in loop 1 here. They're not all just playing the mid cover. Zai actually gets a really good jump shot on Torus, which Torus was not expecting. And Zai has full HP here on point in loop 1. Zai's playing ramp again. He does like to do that and jump off to get a little bit of a shot on his opponent. Torus 2 gets taken out, but he does have a health pack to resync with. And Zai is going to put some damage down on Torus. Looks like he's not quite going to get the kill. He's going to get taken out by Torus, but he has a clone 1 on point to contest it. Moving to loop 3. Looks like Zai is using a rush with this 3 again. He does get taken out, but he resyncs here. And Torus does have a beat on him. Torus is playing his health pack, puts some good damage down on the Zai. Zai's at half health as Torus jumps in, trying to get the kill here. Zai has too many clones on point for Torus to even take out. And that gives Zai the round win.
And he didn't time it right to make it to the objective either, so... Yeah, he could have pushed it into overtime if he made it to the objective, but he just didn't time things right.
Yeah, and as we're seeing here, I think Torch is getting a little too distracted trying to get these kills. It looks like he barrel strats here after resyncing, which is an interesting play. And he is on point for loop 1. Suicide strats are always risky. We'll see how this turns out for Torst. Torst does some good damage to Zai, doesn't quite get the kill. Zai does take the health pack, and Torst pre-fires the heck out of him. Zai is very low, he doesn't have a health pack to use, and Torst is getting distracted again. He's trying to go for health pack whenever he needs a rush point, and it leaves him off cap again. Got kind of stuck in no man's land between the health pack and the point, and he needed to rush point there. It all comes down to loop 3. It looks like Zai is going to play this health pack. He knows no one takes it. He's going to have to take it early because he gets damaged by Torst 3. Torth is playing up top. He jumps onto point here. Zai rushes in, gets taken out by Torst. Does Torst has enough ammo to take out Zai's 1? He can't. He has to reload. We're going into an OT here.
Real unfortunate timing, but it does seem to give Zai an advantage since he's going to have a brand new third clone to go against Torst, who's, I think he still had a pretty good amount of health, but still starting in the middle is not what you want.
No, and there is only one health pack up, and that is on Zai's side, so he's going to have to relay Zai's 1 here, which we saw Zai rush that pack. If he wins that, he's then going to have to worry about the angle that he's going to be exposing himself to on Zai's side, and possibly pre-fires from Zai's 1 as well. We don't see Zai's 2 pre-fire much at all. He is just focusing Torst 2. He does take out a barrel to try and put some zone control down. And it looks like Torst is moving up top to try and get a cheeky angle on Zai. He does pretty well with the angle, but does he get on point? He doesn't quite get on point again. Just barely off. And now comes out loop 3. We're going to have to see how Torst does with his clone. He's actually going to play it safe here. He's not going to go for the health pack. And it looks like he was ticking down the 3 pretty well. That 3 gets taken out by Torse 2's pre-fire, which is probably going to give him this round if he can just get the kills on Zai's 1 here. And he
Oh,
does
yeah.
get it. Torse 2 gets the last bullet down on Zai, and that gives him this round win. Torse did a really good job of putting damage down on Zai's 3, who was up exposed on the railing, while Torse was behind cover, pretty much head peeking him. Both players jousting for point now. Torse is going to win with 18 HP left. We're seeing some more railing play from Zai. Zai gets taken out, absolutely lasered by Torse, to be honest, but he has a health pack to resync on. They're going into the second gunfight now. And Zai is going to actually win this one against Torse. He has low HP, but he has 2 clones on point. And we see Torse playing the railing now. It looks like Zai is actually going to try and relay this health pack. He does get the steal, but he gets really ticked down by Torse. Torse is going to have to take him out, and he does. He has other clones to take out now. That 2 does get on. It's going to push it into OT. Torse is on
Oh,
point
man.
with half
That was
health.
really close.
It was really close.
Torse put in a no into the chat. Very upset.
And that 2 just barely gets on point here. You can see the little ghost ice images. Zai was barely able to clutch that OT, and this would probably go into Zai's favor because of Torse 3. His HP is at half. You see Zai is pre-firing with his 2, and then moving back to safety behind cover. Torse 2 is going to be playing ramp here. Zai is looking for a chinky angle, but he gets spotted by Torse, taken down low to HP. Torse does get the kill on Zai, and he has 2 points on, two clones on point. It comes down to this third loop. Zai's 3 is looking for Torse 3. He doesn't quite have a shot on him. He's actually going to target this 2 now. Doesn't get any damage down. He misses his shots. Torse is going to put damage down on Zai. Puts him in a corner. Zai is jumping onto point here. He has to get a lot of kills. He has to switch weapons. It's going to go into another OT.
Oh man, giving the advantage now to Torse since
Man.
his third clone is going to get a brand new one.
Zai wasted a lot of ammo on Torse ramp clone there. He didn't get any damage down. If he had, he wouldn't have had to waste that ammo on killing that 1 again on point. Or that 2, whichever it was.
They're going for it.
This does put the ball in Torse's court for round 3. If Torse wins this round, he does take the match. And we're seeing Torse 2 put a lot of damage down on Zai's 2. Zai's playing up on the railing, gets some headshots down on Torse. He's looking for the kill now, and he gets the kill on Torse 2. Both of Zai's clones are on point.
From the past.
We'll see if Zai gets pre-fired here at all. Torse 1 tries. He
Oh.
actually gets ticked down to 0 HP. Almost 0 HP. The 3 takes out Zai's 3. And this is Torse's round.
That's some excellent pre-firing there.
Paradox.
That pre-fire from Torse 1's took Zai. I wasn't even able to see the HP because it happened so fast. Probably down to 3 or so. And 1 bullet
Yeah.
from Torse 3 takes him out. So Torse
Giving
wins that match.
Second game win means he only needs 1 more to take the entire final tournament for the challenger tier.
Could see a major upset in the challenger tier here if Torse wins this next game. looks like they are ready to go in the lobby. They will have to switch sides. Or I will just upload the overlay, that's okay. We have Zai on blue now and Torst on red.
Here we go!
So Torst is playing a little bit open here with his 1, trying to get some damage down on Zai. Chooses to go up the ramp and jump onto point. Gets damaged a lot by Zai, and Zai is able to take him out, but not before Torst puts some major damage down on him. See Zai use the railing again. Both these players like to use that railing to get a good scope of the field. Zai has to resync because Torst takes him out. Both players are at full HP now, almost, as they jump onto point. Torst is not quite going to make it on again.
Could be an easy counter though to give more health to Zai just by taking out Torst earlier, giving 2 pretty much full health clones on the objective.
And that would really pressure Torst 3 here. Looks like that's exactly what Zai's doing. He's rushing this pack to take out the 2. That's going to put 2 almost full HP clones on point for Torst to take out. It's going to be too many people for him to deal with, and he gets taken out by Zai anyways.
Amazing resync.
And I believe there was a team kill in there from Torst. I think I saw on the kill feed his 3 killed his 2.
Very unfortunate. The 2 probably wouldn't have helped him too much, but maybe have pushed it into an OT there.
Yeah.
Torst is playing ramp again, jumps up onto point, gets some really good shots down on Zai, has almost full HP on the capture plate for loop 1. Looks like Zai is going to target this 1, try and save his 1, but he doesn't expose himself, so he bails. Zai takes a health pack, still looking for the 1, he hasn't jumped yet. And it looks like he was taking out that barrel to avoid getting killed by it. Kills Torst in some good shots. Doesn't get on point here though.
Just his first clone did. His second one was just like an inch off.
Very close. He needed to just pay attention a little bit more, try and get in position before getting the kill off on the 1.
Yeah.
Didn't quite kill the 1 either. But we see Zai rushing the enemy health pack again, as usual. Torst does the same. Both these players are going to joust. Zai takes him out flawlessly and takes out the 1 that escaped him last loop. He now has 2 points over Torst 0. Zai taking out cover here, trying to put some damage down on Torst, doesn't hit any shots. Playing cover now, tries to get a little bit of a jump peek. Now they have to push point, and Torst times the barrel explosion really well here to take out Zai. Both these players are playing ramp. Torst bails, he has 3 HP left, trying to put some damage down Zai. Does a really good job. Grabs the health pack, and both 2s are now at full health again. They joust, and Zai gets taken out by... Sorry, Torst gets taken out by Zai.
Torst's first clone is still on the point. He's at very low health. He wasn't able to... Zai wasn't able to get the final kill on him.
In loop 3 here, both players are... Zai is actually switching sides here. Torst gets taken out by a barrel. I'm not sure if that was... I'm not sure who shot that. He does resync though, and he is challenging Zai's 3 now. He does get the kill, very low HP. Not going to be able to take out all these clones. We're going into an OT here.
Time
So
extended.
close. Well,
And,
it could have just taken a stray shot from one of the past clones to take him out, but wasn't so lucky.
Yeah, and man, Torst is in an awful position here. I don't think there are any health packs up, and he has like 5 HP on point for his 3. Zai's gonna win this gun battle
And
against
going for it.
Torst 1. And based off of the position and the health of these Loop 3 clones for this OT, it's looking like Zai's gonna take this and sweep Torst.
Yeah.
Right between
Torst
the
isn't able to take out
eyes.
Zai's 2. That's gonna give him this Loop 2 control and leave even more for Torst 3 to deal with.
Incredible
And that
foresight.
3 is taken out by pre-fire from Zai's 2. This is going to be his round. All he has to do is take out these clones. Looks like he is pushing this 1. The 1 is actually in decent cover, but he does get taken out when he tries to jump on a point. Zai's going to sweep this match.
Score.
And this is going to go into another Game 5.
Yeah, it's a really close game from both of these finals. Really shows that they are equally matched to get to the end.
And just a reminder, this is going to be the last matchup between these players. Whoever wins this is going to take the Challenger Tier championship title. And following that, we will be giving away our last Quantum League key for a free copy of this game. So stick around if you don't have the game. Good chance you'll win it. If you do have a game, try and give people who don't have it a chance to win. Um, we did see a lot of new names in the previous giveaway. So I think we have some new players in chat. Some new viewers in chat, I mean. If you do have the game, you do win. Hand it over to a friend. And like you said, this has really come down to the wire. Game 5 again.
I really didn't think that that's what would be happening. It's kind of based on the first game went, but they've really evened each other out.
They've gone back and forth really well.
Mm.
And I'd be willing to bet that these rounds are going to do the same thing. Last game was 2 to 2 points, was it not? No, it wasn't. That was the game before
I
that.
don't remember.
And we will be doing the drawing after this finals match is over. So this is the last game of the finals, best of 5. Both players have 2 games under the belt.
Let's have a good, clean game.
See Zai taking out these yellow covers, put some good damage down on Torst, getting some jump shots in. Torst at half HP, he's jumping on the point a little early. Zai jumps on and kills him without taking any damage. Both players going up the ramp. Torst takes a lot of hits here from Zai's SMG. He gets taken out. He's going to have to take this health pack. Zai puts a little bit of damage down on Torst 1. Has to kill Torst 2. Both players are really dodging each other's bullets here. And, ooh, Torst barely dies here by a headshot from Zai's pistol.
He gets the last second headshot to secure the second loop.
Zai has some good pressure down on Torst. And he is rushing the health pack here. We've seen him do this a number of times. It's worked out pretty well for him usually. Torst still has an 8 health pack to use, and he does take it, leaving Zai with low HP. Are they going to be able to get on point, though? Torst does get on point with an excellent B-hop, but that's going to push into OT because Zai has 2 clones on. Fortunately, Zai just did a really good job of wasting Torst's time, allowing both his clones to take point there. Torus is looking for a hit on Zai, but he was exposing himself standing on top of that yellow cover. He does get the kill on Zai in the end for loop 1 of OT.
There was just a bit of a lag spike. I don't know if that was just on my end or everyone. About
On the
halfway through that
replay?
match. No, in the actual match, once it started that first round of overtime,
Oh,
it started and then my game kind of froze for a second. I couldn't even hear you, and then all of a sudden you came in mid conversation. So it must have been on my end.
yeah, it was all right for me. You are in the game, correct?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cool. So for loop 2 here, we see Torus has 2 clones on point. His 1 is very low, his 2 is at half HP. Zai needs to answer here, but Taurus's 3 is on point. He does have full HP though, so that's a fully new clone, just in a bad position. And Zai's gonna put a little bit of damage down on him. This really could go either way here. Zai's 2 takes out Taurus 2. We see an explosion, and Zai jumps through the smoke to jump onto point. He has this round.
Score!
Yeah, that was some good plays there from Zai. He did already have an advantage getting a full new health and starting at the back, but he didn't overextend and ruin it for himself, which gave him a good victory.
Got some good shots there at the end whenever he was boost hopping onto point.
Last second save.
We see a similar thing here on loop 1. Both players boost hop on and Zai comes out victorious. And both players playing a ramp. Zai misses his shots, but he gets some really good headshots down on Taurus once he jumps off of the railing. Explosions go out, don't do any damage, and Zai is here with his pistol, unable to get the kill on Taurus 2.
Seemed like he did get saved from a little bit of damage, possibly a body block from his first clone. It took one of the shots as they were all in line with each other.
We see Zai rushing a health pack again. He takes
Definitely
it,
gonna help.
Right between the
denying the health pack from Taurus' previous clones. And Taurus has no idea he's behind him.
headshot.
Zai is able to get the kill on Taurus as he turns around to see his enemy staring him in the face. Zai is going to have 2 points against Taurus 0.
Yeah, I was afraid he wasn't going to be able to get the kill on him just because he wasn't aware and we're going to run out of time. Just unaware that he was above him and even turned the wrong way as he was jumping in front of him.
Yeah, it ended up being that he did notice Zai, but it was a little too late.
Ooh.
And man, Zai barely gets on point with this one.
If he didn't slide there, I don't know if he would have made it.
I don't think he would have. Now Zai is up 2 round wins against Torst. If he wins this one, he's going to win the entire tournament. Torst could turn around if he wins the next 3 rounds, and that would allow him to win this tournament. But that's a little bit harder of a mountain to climb. Especially when Zai has point control here on loop 2 with 2 clones on. Decent amount of health.
Yeah, Zai only needs one more round win. If he gets this one, then that's the end of it.
Comes down to this.
He'd
Torst's
definitely
3
be an
is...
upset.
Yeah. Well, if Torst wins, it would definitely be an upset here. We'll see what he can do on this 3rd loop. I'm not sure where the 3 is. Oh, there it is. He gets taken out by that 3. And Zai's going to sweep Torst for this last game.
And Zai winning this game as well as winning the entire championship for the challenger tier in this final round.
Zai really pulled it out in the end here. Did really good against Torst, taking all 3 rounds. Some of them were pretty close, but this last loop was pretty much in Zai's hands.
Yeah, besides that, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 overtimes. I wasn't expecting a full sweep from any of the competitors. I thought I was going to go back and forth within the rounds as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It turned out that that did not happen. So congratulations to Zai for winning the challenger tier, the entire bracket. He will win the prize money. Remind me how much that is?
I am not sure. Let me look.
And otherwise, there will be another winner today of a copy of Quantum League. So if you do not have
Challenger first
Quantum League,
place gets a $50 Steam gift card.
$50 Steam gift card going to Zai.
And then you were saying we still have that giveaway for one more key.
Yep, and I am about to start it here. If you do not have the game, definitely jump in on this. This is a free copy of Quantum League. If you do have the game, I appreciate if you let others have a chance to earn it, but if you do get it, handing that out to someone who doesn't would be appreciated. Got a lot of entrants here. I'll give it about 2 minutes or so.
Let me just take a look. Someone knows or could remind me. Do we have another one planned for next week?
I believe so.
Looks like another 1v1 is planned for next week, exactly a week from now on the 30th. A 1v1 with an even bigger prize pool from today, obviously split among the three tiers. But either join that one. We can put in a link in the chat right now of where you can go to start joining those tournaments, or make sure to follow so that way you can watch the next one if you're just interested in watching like you did today. Make sure to follow if you haven't already so you can keep up to date on any future tournaments or events that we have, and you'll know right away.
And I will be drawing this giveaway here in just a moment. I'll give it about 30 more seconds. If you haven't entered, you don't own Quantum League, definitely enter this raffle. All right. Go ahead and draw this here. The winner is Zippy Slip. Congratulations, you'll be getting a Quantum League key in Twitch Whispers.
Congratulations, Zippy Slip, and also WTF are frogs, for the two winners of our key giveaway.
And I will be sending you that code in Twitch in just a moment. Pretty good, pretty close games here today.
Yeah, pretty much all of them we watched, even not the final ones, were back and forth. So a lot of nobody really taking a full lead over anybody else, which makes the games a little more exciting.
Yeah, and I think previously too, a lot of earlier tournaments, we saw a lot of sweeps, or at least they didn't go down to the last games. And this one was almost the complete opposite. We saw almost every single game, if not every single game, go through every single the maximum amount of matches.
Yeah, I think all the ones we watched did. I can't remember one where someone either just went away with 2-0 or 3-0.
Yeah. Okay, so Zippy, you should have that key. In chat. Awesome. Looks like you got it. And that is going to end it for this stream. Thank you everyone for joining and watching. It was really good games. Fun to cast. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as well. And I hope to see you guys next time.
Yep. See you guys next week.